So I don't know why. Okay, so why is riding a camel that hard?
Do you know what? I didn't know it was made for 4 people. It has 2 humps. I didn't know that we just had too many people. Oh,
That's three. That's three people.
yeah, that was a mistake I made. I'm never gonna do that again. Oh, by the way, we're live right now, guys. Sorry. Oh, hopefully they didn't catch that. Well, sorry, guys.
Live Tangents here with the stream team. We're back. It's day 3. Fired up. Herd is in a plethora of gummy bears.
You guys pretending to ride camels. I need video proof of you guys riding camels.
We actually, you know what's funny is I got my phone confiscated when I tried boarding the plane because it said it was not safe for flying. So yeah, it left it. It sucks.
NSFF.
Wow.
Dude, seriously though, talk about NSFF. I wish I could have gone to the car show you guys went to in Saudi Arabia. I am so bummed. I missed that, dude. I am so bummed. You guys look like you had an absolute blast, especially blowing up. You guys blew up everything, almost everything.
Yeah.
Hey, we saved it for the last day, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fire photo was so good, Micah.
Yeah. Dude,
hard.
I watched that thing hit the internet. Well, I watched that picture hit the internet. And I was like, nah, that didn't happen. And then literally, you guys released a bonus episode of it, and that thing literally exploded out of both ends, dude. Like eating Taco Bell, it just shot fire out.
It was on fire on the inside for about 5 minutes, and then it released the fire.
Just some surge of oxygen got to it.
There was a good, like, we unloaded every single fire extinguisher we had. It was like still going. And then we were like, hey, do we have like fire support here? And they're like, oh yeah, do you want to call fire department? We're like, yeah. And they're like, okay. Oh, you want me to do it? Like, yes. The car is gonna burn to the ground. Can you get a fire truck out here?
As you guys are like running on E on the fire extinguisher, just like.
Oh no, they were already like completely out. We were like throwing like waters at it, and just like trying to get it. But it was like oil. It's sprayed all in the basically firewall, and then all the way down the car. So.
I don't think oil sprayed there. I think it was already there. from the. Yeah, it was.
Well, going back to the burn yard before that car was shipped out, you guys just finished putting the supercharger on it. Dan's the first one to rip the thing out of the burn yard, and it's like spraying fluids right out literally into everybody's faces.
So Corey, there's this reoccurring thing that keeps happening at the donut garage where we build a car and leave the stock radiator in. I don't know why that's a trend, but it seems to be a trend.
Stock radiators usually fit better.
Yeah.
It's like, oh wait, it just drops right in, but it's about the size of a quarter. Running, we're good.
I will say, I put that on the parts list, and it was something that never happened. Like,
well, it was a toss-up. It's a toss-up between like, do we spend the time and money for the horsepower or the cooling system? And obviously, you know the direction we're going to go with that one.
Yeah, so we basically built it. We built it like a Drift Pro-Am car. Exactly.
Yeah.
Just more horsepower than reliability.
But wait,
shout out to Texas Speed in the chat.
Hey,
what up?
Speaking of chat, dude, shout out to everybody that's tuning in. We even see Scotto, Corruptor X, all our moderators, everybody that's coming in and hanging out during what we call now Tangents Live. Guys, we have officially changed the title of this. This is Tangent Live. And guess what? What is a perk?
Sing a Tangents Live song.
Right. We want to welcome you all to Tangents Live. This is where we hang out and we like to drive. We pit hold on, dude. Hold on, dude. You can't.
Corey, that was fire. We gotta somebody clip that. We gotta keep that. That was fire.
See what the thing is, I was trying to do like more of like an old school like mattress type of theme to it. I wanted to make it very poppy and elevated, but you know, that's about all I can get. But guys, welcome to Tangents Live. Corey Hosser. We have the whole squad here: Hurt, Zach, John, and Dan. We're stoked. You know, and the thing is, part of the reason why we changed this to be open with all you guys in here is, hey, we want this to live on for a long time. And if we were to kind of consolidate ourselves into quarantine stream, well, hopefully this quarantine stream's over pretty quickly, and that we can keep this living on. So if you guys want this, Just like that.
Hey, Leah, just so you know, we're live on YouTube.
Leah, Leah, turn your
Unmute yourself. Uh-oh.
LPZ.
Is there any way to
LPZ. Don't do anything. Don't
do it.
No. You know what's that?
no.
There we go.
Yeah.
Dude, so there you guys go. First taste.
Hey, Corey, can I just say something? Because I see a lot of people seem to be bothered about Corn Stream. This is still the Corn Stream. If you're an OG and you were here for the first 3 days, you still get to call it the Corn Stream. We're still quarantined. We're still hanging out. We're still giving you this content. But for the future, when we're not quarantined, this is going to be Tangents Live. So if you're an OG, you should be proud of yourself for being here when it was the Corn Stream. So own that, hold it dear to your heart, and let's keep it moving.
Yeah, Corn Stream. Well, we did 2 episodes of the Corn Stream, so this is going to be like one of those back end Hoonigan. If you know, you know, and if you don't, you don't. But it is. I'm stoked to be here, guys. This is the first day with the crew. Been talking to obviously these guys for a very long time, and I'm just stoked to be a part of this. You guys already have had a taste of what's happened the past 2 days, and right now we're in a position to keep fine-tuning this. And I think that's one thing that we're really going to be focusing on is how to develop this to make this better and better for you guys. And so we're looking at, maybe, how about this? How about showing sneak peek content of what's about to drop in the future? I think there's a lot of stuff that we can start utilizing on this platform to give you guys that tune in live a little spice before it drops, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh.
But there's a lot of opportunity here. And the other thing too, guys, and if we can get the moderators to drop our Discord link in here for all you nerds out there that know what Discord is, feel free to go in there. You're more than welcome to drop ideas, photos, memes, Craigslist ads, pictures of you next to your car, probably not next to your car, either way. But use that as kind of like our home base for communication between us and you guys. We want to make sure that what you guys offer is relayed back through the internet, through this beautiful YouTube channel, and then we can keep this thing rocking and rolling.
Hell yeah.
Oh, one other thing, dudes. Hold on. One other thing. As you guys notice in the bottom right-hand corner, this stream was made possible by none other Falcon Tire. So, guys, you guys have to do your part and go over and thank Falcon Tire. Check them out on Instagram. Go to falcontire.com. But these guys have been a huge supporter of everything that we've been doing. And even our bad ideas, they're super supportive of it. So without the whole Falcon Tire crew, guys, we would all still be hiding in our bedrooms with the lights off. So
at the end of the day, Falcon is truly for the culture. They're truly passionate about off-road drifting, time attack. They're truly passionate about all of it. So shout out to them for supporting us and allowing us to bring you this content. And hopefully someday you see the light and realize Falcon Tires are business. And me and Dan have.
And by the way, Scotto just corrected me in chat. He goes, "This is still Tangents Live Quarantine Stream Edition." So that's my bad. I'm probably going to get a sick elbow drop from Scotto when I see him next, or he's going to suplex me on top of the Audi. So sorry, Scotto. It is the Corn Stream Edition, guys. Tangents Live. I'm going to show up with an eye patch tomorrow because Scotto's going to knock my left eye out.
You can punch me from the house.
Dude, Scotto's arm reach is like 12 feet long, dude. So it's like, what's that dude in Street Fighter that has the long arms when he punches?
Balseem.
Scotto's the Balseem of the donut garage. He can just wind up, and you got to be quick on your feet.
Ooga fire.
Dudes, as you guys already got a sneak peek, we all got a sneak peek. Leah's tuning in, and she's popping in out, and maybe if we can get.
What up, Leah?
Hello.
She's looking around her house scared.
Can you turn her camera off yourself, Corey?
Yeah. Let me. I'll just
until she's ready.
Oh, we don't want to do that. She says we'll be unable to be. And
as you can see, we're still dialing things in.
Yeah, hey, This is all new to us.
Okay.
We're trying to figure it out. We're just trying to bring you the heat. You know what I mean?
But do you know what she's doing?
Regardless if we're ready.
She's just popping and saying, "Hey guys, look at me," right? I think that's what she's doing. She's dropping in on us, like, "Yo guys, I'm here." What?
I'm gonna answer a few people like in the comments in the meantime here. Like Jonathan Sanchez, I'm gonna upload that Spotify list that I said I was gonna put up. You guys can
Leah.
do that. Some fun music. And then what else did I see here?
I still haven't watched Tiger King yet.
Oh, it's so good. I finished it this morning.
Did you really?
I got up at 6 o'clock in the morning to finish it.
All I've been looking at on Tiger King is what Joe Exotic.
Well, that's basically that in a nutshell. Is what we're
No. By the way, so I'm now like 5 or 6 episodes deep in that. It's not to the very end, but the dude who shows up in the white H2,
Yeah.
the Oakley hat, in the
Yeah.
Whoa.
oh my god, dude! Like,
So good.
you
So many
cannot
times.
make a character like he's the perfect like. I knew people like that in Missouri. You know what I mean? That had like just enough money to try to look kind of rich, but had like whatever the opposite of style is, right? Like that was the embodiment. And like that dude was, I was like, man, as soon as he came on screen, I was like, oh my God, dude. This is heavy. Heavy. And the fact that he was
I really gotta watch it.
like
Gotta watch.
tigers and like baby lions and tigers into like hotels in like rolling luggage so you could sneak them up into hotel rooms to like bring them into parties. Yeah.
It's mind blowing that that's actually really what happened or happens. It's crazy. I thought you couldn't even make this up in a movie. It's real life. It's so bananas.
Not surprised that they're from Florida, Oklahoma, Carolinas. I was just waiting for somebody from West Virginia to pop up, you know what I mean, just to represent.
So it's just multiple people who are like kings of tigers or something?
So
Dude,
it's
crazy. You gotta watch it.
it's a whole racket, man.
They're all entwined somehow, in some way, and even like the sanctuary stuff. That lady is nuts.
Oh, dude.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely crazy.
Whose like husband mysteriously went missing, and then like the day after she was able to finally like write him off as dead legally, that 5 years in one day, and then collect all of his cash, all of his assets.
So crazy.
Man. It
Dude,
was heavy.
do you know what? Instead of like hoarding wild animals, I know we're really good at hoarding just a bunch of exotic cars. That's what we're good at doing.
Sorry, I'm looking at Joe Exotic right now.
Oh, yo, speaking of exotic cars, can I bring something up that I found on Facebook Marketplace?
Yes, please.
Can I do a little screen
Yes.
share? All right, hold on. Let's get this up because I feel like the world needs to see this. All right, so what's going on?
Oh, you're doing it. Yep, you got it. It's going to probably take a second to populate.
Okay.
So a couple questions, not cut you off there. People saying, when am I going to be back on the channel? Knuckle Buster Season 2 is coming out very soon, so stay tuned for that stuff. That is coming out.
Yeah, Dan, because you've been MIA for quite some time, but you've been popping up on
Working on projects.
projects, baby. Working on projects.
Really difficult project. What?
But hold on a second. Speaking of projects,
Can we just stop to appreciate this mastery? We got a Chevy Blazer with an X5 front end, Lambo doors. What do you call the hood that opens that way?
if it's based off an E30 or older generation BMWs, I don't know if that's like a commemorative edition E30 hood pop.
We got airbrush. You know, we got the janky AutoZone radiator hose sleeve. Hold on though. When we get to the interior, that's when it really starts cracking off. Because you see we got screens galore. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 screens that we can see. We got the Python steering wheel insert. But hold on, it gets deeper.
Oh man, visor screens. Dang.
That's right. We got suede. We got not only You got gator skin. You got ostrich skin. You got engraved leather.
Dude,
Like, hold on.
you might have just found Joe Exotic's daily commuter right there.
No.
It's
If
all
you're trying to get your Joe Exotic life on, if you're trying to flex, call this man.
I'm genuinely blown away and speechless.
hold on.
We should offer him $2,000. Let's offer him $2,000.
The low price of $12,000.
No. Offer him $2,000. He'll take it.
Hold on. Here's the one thing I don't get though. He spent all this like painstaking time to really like detail all this. Look at the seatbelt clip though. Still got a tan seatbelt clip.
Yeah.
Come on now. Now look at the sounds in the back.
Listen.
Airbrushed fiberglass enclosure. You got.
Remember when amplifiers were that big?
This is
we're not qualified to judge this man. We're just not qualified to judge this man.
This dude probably has won Hot Import Night since 1997.
Dude, big wheels, little brakes.
This dude has won every competition that he's ever in. The other thing too that I'm seeing, Zach, in the ad, it says Chevy Trailblazer, but BMW X5 fronted. How much work does that take to find an old blasted BMW X5 and then say it's a good idea to put it on a Chevy Blazer?
I mean,
well, it looks like he just did the headlights and the bumper, and he kept.
It's also got underglows, guys.
Oh, mandatory. Look at the. Oh man.
Did we see the roof here? Does that?
Yeah, dude.
Retractable.
Ragtop.
A soft top. He's got a soft top.
Yeah.
Now, hey, I bet that thing leaks like a sieve. I mean, you can see right about here.
Fair weather car.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hard.
That's it.
Oh,
There you go.
DMB works in chat right now saying, don't forget the Cadillac taillights. So that thing has Cadillac Coupe de Ville taillights, roll pan, M3 side mirrors. So this is, if you were to ask me, this is probably all my favorite cars ever in existence put together.
This is realistically a lot of car for $12,000.
It is a lot.
Because you're getting 5 cars.
Yeah. I say we offer him 3 and put an LS in it and make it our burnout car.
Ooh. Or like
that.
If we do like a grand entry into the Burnyard and we have a special guest, we should have that as like the chariot, the Burnyard chariot, where we bring out the guest for the day. Or use it for a DT, roll out the guest, red carpet style. Hey, be careful the gator, be careful the suede, be careful the ostrich. We have more exotic animals in this thing than the Phoenix Zoo. But
first of all, you gotta take your shoes off before you want to step into the whip right there, okay? Make sure you're brushed down, okay? You got to wear a hairnet getting in there.
Well, here, let me see if I've had a few queued up. Dan, do you have any spice queued up right now that
as far as what
like if you were to pick a dream car right now, if you had to get a dream car this moment.
We started this the other day, right? We started my topic of what I would like to do, which is have an absolutely mint condition of the worst cars that you can possibly have. So I'd like to have a collection. Let me see if I can grab you a little scoot. I want to start off with. I'll try this. Hold up.
Yeah. Let's see what we can. So I think we should go around real quick. I know we have a very special guest, some dude by the name of Rob Dahm, going to be calling here in a few. Dahm. He might be the 4-rotor guru here in the States, but hold on, time out. Hold the show. Hold the show. Hold on.
Damn,
what are we looking at here?
Look at how mint this baby is. 92 Chevy Lumina. If you want to have the ultimate car collection, guys.
Whoa. A 1992. Look at what the odometer says. Hold on. That is
88.
Original miles.
That dude's going back to the future. I'm sorry. That dude's locked and loaded.
It's 88K. It's 88.
It's actually pretty clean.
It's super clean. This is what I'm talking about. Hey guys, welcome to my car collection. This is my secret garage. Come downstairs. This is the first thing you see.
Do you know what the best part is right now? Chad is basically going through and blasting every random car that they can think of, like a convertible Sunfire, PT Cruiser, Prowler, Aztec.
I got you. This isn't the only one. This is mint. What's up? You got Rob on or?
No, keep going. No, please. This is just as important as a 4-rotor.
So
Damn.
this is a horrible example, but this is a car that I was looking for. But yeah, the 90 Geostorm that's been Pete's backseat about 150 times.
What?
But it is a 5-speed, guys. It's
Look,
a 5-speed.
yo, that looks like it was on the wrong end of a volcanic eruption
Here,
at some point.
Dan, scroll down. Let's see
Actually,
let's see the description. I want to see the description on this hog. What Geostorm? Think about that. To name it a storm, dude. The storm is probably one of the most powerful things in the world, right? A storm could take you out.
Oh my God.
What better name?
I love it. Lights work. That's a thing you put on the description. Lights work and you can photo.
lights work,
Clean.
cleaning, radiator leak. Tires in fairly good shape.
Yeah, that's absurd.
Radiator leaks, which that's fine with us because every single one of our radiators leaks to blow up.
Of the also original design, just like check that out. This was someone bought this car, brand new.
Oh, I remember this one was on the lot. I was in high school.
Yeah, let's go highlight the poop and pee stains real quick. That must have happened because the dude probably went over 100 miles an hour in that thing, and all his passengers probably just crapped themselves, being a total sketch. That is called the 100-mile-an-hour poop right there.
Yeah, that's some scary
Bro, that
stuff.
doesn't look like poop.
That thing ain't going 100 mile an hour.
I think you're right, dude. I think you're right.
Yeah,
It's
what do you
great.
think?
It's a great picture. First car, it says.
It's a 5-speed Manuele, dude. Lights work, good aero. That thing is aerodynamic, dude. That thing's ahead of its time for being in 1990.
You know,
Hey, I like it.
and I
No
say this
lowball.
stuff that I want to own and I don't want to own. This is not what I mean. This is one of my most hated cars.
Oh,
What the hell?
Oh,
I just can't. I can't.
$19,000.
that's a little rich.
All
for
right,
that.
hold on one second. Chat. This 2004 Chevy SSR for $19K. Is $19K worth it to you guys? What would you
This
guys
poor
spend?
guy.
What would you
This
guys
poor-
spend? Drop your price tag in chat. What you would spend on this hog right here.
This
Look at
poor guy thinks thinks his car's rare. What a
No.
poor what a poor guy.
yeah, it's rare to see on the street because nobody bought that shit.
See, it says barely driven,
Hey,
and I could totally understand why.
it's barley drinking.
But it's just like the style of this, like
Like- all right, so
We-
check it out. If it did have if it had a V8 and like a 6-speed and like an IRS, and you could remove the entire body and then use that as like putting something cool onto it, and it was like maybe the whole thing was $2,000, I think it would be worthwhile.
yeah, like buy a Suburban.
Yeah.
All right, but I mean, here to my point. Would you want this for $19,000 or?
Well, look what chat is
back to
saying.
this bad boy. Look at that. That's so much better. The value, $1,200.
I'm pretty sure
Probably off this guy $900.
we watched one of these jump off the dock forwards and backwards. At one point.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So that's what I'm talking about here. Okay.
So Scotto did say, by the way, that Chevy Lumina, Scotto did say his grandma had the same exact car. That could be in the Scotto collection right there. So hopefully he doesn't take the bait on that.
Now, Dan,
Anytime.
Dan, would you keep it stock wheels? As
Stock
it?
wheels. It's got mandatory stock
All right.
wheels.
All right.
So the goal here is to have that in a prime condition, but every single one of those cars must be a 5-speed. So it is rare in a way.
When you say prime, do you mean primered?
I mean,
Or
prime. I mean the mintiest mint condition that car's ever seen. We're talking like under 100K, one owner, 5-speed. That's the dream collection right there. All the crappy cars that you can think of.
Zach, by the way, I just sent you a quick ping on Basecamp. I need you to share this for me. I'm not able to do a share screen, but I want you to share it for me. I want you to show what I want. All right. I've been scourging all over Craigslist, and do you know what? And the reason I'm having you show this is because you've inspired me, dude. You have inspired me.
We need to have a.
Hold on. I'll tell you why once you guys see it. But Zach has inspired me. I'm not
We need
very.
to have a conversation.
Hold
Corey.
on.
Whoa.
'Cause
Hold on.
What?
Go to the first picture. All right. So
What
the
No,
reason.
dog.
No, just please, Zach. So you know that
Oh, what is this?
I'm a little wobbly on two wheels. I still don't got my training wheels underneath me, so I figured a trike would be probably the safest thing for me.
Oh my god.
But
Bro,
no, hold on. See,
Can we talk about the
'cause- hold on,
saddlebags?
hold on. I got to tell you why. I have to tell you why. So the other thing too, Zach, is I know this bike may not be cool enough to ride in the crew, but I want to be your chase vehicle. I want to load up spares. I want to load up all the spares in the back, and I want to go on your little cruises. But I'll be the dude in the back. I'll have my yellow vest on, my probably little skull cap.
Corey.
But I want to be your wingman, dude. Can I? So this
That's
is me
like-
asking you right now. Can I be your biker wingman?
You remember the twins from that Michael Jackson video when they're on trikes?
Dude. Or here's another idea. Better yet. How about we can just, the flatbed in the back, dude, we can use that as a parade bike. I can have all you dudes stand up in the back, 4 deep, and we just cruise around the fucking excuse my language, the burn yard. Just, you guys just salute and wave to everybody. But
dude.
we got chase vehicle. I'm not going to fall over. And it's a great parade vehicle. By the way, it's a 1973 service car. 45-degree flathead, 3-speed, dude.
That is not that can't be a 73 or like, oh, maybe it's titled as, but the Harley Flathead was like in the 30s and 20s.
Honestly, I think the only thing missing is wheelie bars.
Wait, hold on. By the way, if you scroll,
Just
Zach, if
look
you scroll back to the description on this, I want to point out one very, very important thing to me that sold me on it. Look at the stroker engine. What does it say next to it?
Not your father's service car, buddy.
Damn right it's not. Damn right it's not. This thing is not made for all the poppies out there, because this thing is a wheelie machine running those old stock Steelies in the back, and you're gonna burn those suckers right
How much
off.
we paying for this thing?
Let's ask Chad. Hold on, let me ask Chad, because 10K is a little steep. I can buy
A little?
hold on. We could have bought the Dan's Lumina. We could have bought Dan's SSR truck, or whatever the hell that thing was. Or we can get one of these. So it's 2 for 1. Chat, what would you guys decide to spend on a Harley Davidson one of a kind? And you could be Zach's wingman / pit vehicle / chase bike.
That's
Or you can
8
load your
Chevy Luminas. That's
So-
8 Chevy Luminas.
Hold on, price tags are rolling in. Hamilton Hover says 1K. Never Lift Off says 2K. Whoa! Aru says $9,999, which is, he must be a used car salesman, because that's a used car salesman's price.
Yeah,
2K
job.
max, 900 euros. Okay, maybe if I offer him in euros, he'll probably accept it.
I mean, it definitely has like Chevy truck 5-lug Steelies with the chrome accent lip, which, you know.
I do like how a lot of people, and I'm heartbroken by this. A lot of people in here are saying nothing. They would not buy it.
Oh,
That kills me.
I agree.
Ariel-
I agree.
And the other thing too, guys, is talking about exotic
Yeah.
vehicles. I know it's hard to follow up some trikes and some SSRs and some storms, but I don't know how this is going to fit into Rob's world. Rob, have you ever driven like a Geo Storm before?
Oh God.
Did you say, "Oh God," because it's scary fast? Or
Let's just take a moment to appreciate. Let's take a moment to appreciate that you can clearly tell since we've been quarantined, Rob has lived in his shop. Oh man, Rob, you look like you're going through it right now. Hello.
Rob, you got us loud and clear there, boss.
Okay, there it goes. Rob, you might be listening. Are you listening to the YouTube sound, or are you listening directly to the app
Turn off
sound?
YouTube.
You got to get up
Yeah.
on Zoom. Yeah, shut down that YouTube.
See, I'm on the app, I think.
Okay, there you go.
There you go. We got you.
Yeah.
All right, before we get started, though, you guys got me riled up with the Lumina,
Yeah.
so we need to take a moment and appreciate.
And Rob can see this too. Rob can help us rate this.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go,
take a
baby.
look.
Yeah, we need to take a moment to appreciate this real quick.
I'm telling you.
You got your share options on with the
Yep. Let's just take a moment to appreciate this.
Oh, it's so good.
Wow.
So,
Oh man.
oh, yeah, you know that.
But wait and see how pumped he gets after the fact.
Dude, look how classy Vin looks too right there. Wearing a full button up, clean cut.
That was the perfect sales ad right there from Vinny.
Businessman.
just ready to go.
Wow.
Can't remember if he jumped it more than once.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, he jumped it off frontwards too.
Yeah. Drove it straight off.
Let's
The thing I'm looking at here is
Oh, Zach got a sesh too. Yo, I forgot about mullet Zach. Hey, look at mullet Zach.
No, man.
Dude.
I forgot about that too.
Zach, were you living in the shop then too?
Oh yeah. Basically.
I just want to see the front jump, man. Oh, here it is.
All right, hold on. There we go. Hurt giving the infamous signal. Thumbs up. I mean, you're good. Even though in your mind you know he's not, you're good.
Oh yeah, see it. Swerve.
Oh my God. What?
Yo, you remember how it creased like right at the what would you call that? Like the back pillar? Is it the C pillar?
Look at his eyes.
Yeah.
Dude,
Look at his eyes.
this is full panic. Like, why did I respond to that thumbs up?
Oh man.
Grind his teeth.
No, wait, just appreciate this guy's.
And that's the celebration of I didn't die.
All right.
Man, we used to have
All
so
right.
much fun at the shop.
All right, man.
Wow.
That brings back mad feels.
Dude, unreal.
He drove
So
that.
many feels. Rob Dahm, welcome to the live stream. How you doing today, my boy?
Well, I mean, today just started. I'm hanging out with you guys, so it's pretty awesome.
You just wake up or what?
Yeah, I was up late, and I would love to tell you I was actually doing something, but I wasn't.
You're watching Tiger King, were you?
Yeah.
Rob is the Tiger King. He is the Tiger King.
Oh my God, it still seems unreal with what we did at the burn yard. I'll be honest, I'm still all excited by that.
I just want to. I want to see what's coming next, though, because it sounds like you got some really good plans coming along.
Oh
I watched your video. I saw you put the fenders and the hood on and kind of gave the car some life. So it's cool to really see that thing coming together, man. Like it has to feel amazing. It has to feel amazing because I mean, obviously it took years, but people don't understand a $500,000 build takes years for someone doing it on a grassroots level. But it has to feel so good to be like, yeah, F you, I did it, you know?
Yes. Indescribable. So, yeah, the half-mile event that we were going to take it to got canceled.
Right.
But I still kind of want to start thrashing it a little bit just because it's ready. The car, I mean, we haven't done anything to the engine or any of that stuff. So right now it's all body work. Trying to hold it together when it does 200 miles an hour.
Yeah. So that's the goal, right? You just want to go 200.
Yeah, I want to sandbag it and just barely make it to 200. I don't want to try and push it to its limits. I want to just get over the 200 mark in the half mile and then pause.
Enjoy the car for a little bit. Don't go above and beyond. It took you years to get here, so I totally understand that. You want to just like hit a goal and then just go and cruise and enjoy it. Yep. Some burnouts and show it off and flex. And then if somebody touches your record, you can get after it again.
The way that thing took off from the gig, you don't have to like do shit to make that thing hit 200 other than keep a great line.
Yeah.
So for those who've missed it, let's just go ahead and show them.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah. And the other thing too, at this point when I saw Rob show up in the RX-7, I was looking through the driver's side and I saw his feet literally dangling through the floorboard because it was non-existent. I'm like, does this man have some nuts on him to tie it to a container, feet hanging from the bottom of the floorboard, and then sends it off as hard as he did?
He's a madman. So good. I'm so sad I wasn't there to see it.
Yeah, I'm so glad that one strap held that.
Yeah, super sketchy. Super sketchy that day.
Dude. And how all that worked out. How that night came together for this. It was like unreal, dude.
Honestly, I shed a tear for you when I saw it.
I wouldn't be lying. Like,
I literally just like, a movie tear.
That was. I know it was. I mean, you saw the body cam, the GoPro that was on my chest. It just. I wanted to make sure people saw that footage because my voice went up like 2 octaves, like I could a choir or something.
It completely changed.
I just want to say, when I first met you, we were like live stream we were on Twitch,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I gave you a bunch of shit, obviously as a joke. But man, after I saw that thing boogie, I will never, ever, ever, even jokingly, say shit about anything that nasty. That was like that completely. I felt changed after I watched that. And the fact that it didn't have floorboards, I could see the transmission. You could see the ground straight through it. You literally only had your pedal box was the only thing, like, you don't even have a pedal box. It was like supported. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
And that was badass.
Bonafide crazy.
Thank you.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I was like, all I was thinking was, don't mess up. Don't mess up. Don't mess up. Because everybody knows me for messing up and doing something dumb. And so the first moment I roll out there, the car dies because I'm still dealing with like the low throttle. Like that car off to on perfectly. But like, hey, street driving, traffic driving, not happening. And so I get out, I start driving out there, the car dies. I'm like,
thinking about that car on the street.
Yeah.
It's like a straight up video game.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to launch this thing.
So do I.
No, but for Rob, for most people or some people that don't know, and if you live on the internet, you should already kind of know the story. But you unveiled this thing at the Turbo by Garrett booth at SEMA a while back.
Wasn't it 3 years ago?
What year was that?
Yeah, 2016. That was 3.5 years ago. Yeah.
So 3.5 years ago, you started the project. When did you actually think of this crazy idea, and how long did it take you from an idea to get it to the point of displaying it at the booth at SEMA?
So to put that into perspective, I had the idea to build the car, an all-wheel drive car, before Gymkhana 7. So that was, when did that launch? That launched earlier 2014. Late 2014, I think. So I was already I already started budgeting to buy the 4-rotor core, the original one, before that. And I was like, I need to make this thing all-wheel drive. I need to beat my brother in a race. And so it was going on that long, like just idea. And like I said, when I saw that video, I was like, oh my God, they solved a problem I have. Let me see how that's being done. So that was 6 years.
6 years from the point you came up with the idea to having it unveiled.
And you did it.
So overall, what you're looking at, a 10-year build? Where are we at right now from concept to current state?
I think 6 years, right?
Yeah.
6 years?
That's almost $100,000 a year.
What's the next step for you?
Don't put it like that. No one wants to hear that. Nobody wants to hear that, Herc. Come on.
Hey, it's the harsh reality of having cool shit.
Yeah.
He's shaking his head. He doesn't want to hear it.
We live that life, dude.
What's the next step for you, Rob, as far as the car build goes and to get to your next goal? So you're still, I can see it right now. There's no doors, there's no fenders. Is the floorboard starting to come together?
We just got the floors, just literally underneath my little feet. We got that part in.
I saw that video last night too.
Yep. Yeah. That's pretty real time. And then we bought 3 sheets of 8x4 foot aluminum, let's say like 3/16" thick aluminum. And we're gonna just make a whole flat bottom, kind of like the prototype version. So front splitter, flat bottom, and diffuser. So try to stick that thick on
when are you going to start offering these cars up for sale as the Rob Dahm special? Drop me a check and I'll build you one.
Yeah. Well, you know what I want to do is I got the other 4-rotor, as you know, I got the other 4-rotor, being put together. And so that one's going to go into, I want to put that into the new vet. So.
Like the new
C8
vet.
Corvette?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Way to
remember
Look at Zach's face.
Way to swing it on us, Rob.
Look at
Way to
Zach.
swing it on us.
Hey, you know
Just
what?
whipping
You know
out the
what?
hog and flipping us all in the face with it.
I announced.
I think you threw him a bone there, Corey.
Yeah. He just threw us one. He just threw us one.
So 4-rotor CA Corvette.
But yeah,
How soon are you planning on jumping into that?
Well, the engine should be, it's not on the back burner, but I'm waiting on balancing it. So I got another probably month for that, and then I'm gonna put that block together. And once the block's together, then I'm gonna start hunting for the ideal C8.
Yeah,
so,
I was gonna say, you're gonna look for a wrecked one or something, or
Yeah.
yeah, they're as sad as it's gonna be. Just like when you saw when there's certain cars that you see, that there's gonna be tons of them, and that's one of those. So I'm sure as time goes on, I'll find what I'm looking for. But yeah, and I'm interested in seeing how to adapt it to the transmission. That's kind of the engineering fun side of it.
Yeah.
But just gotta get a wiring harness. For example, I just gotta get a wiring harness. I got my other rotary Corvette back up and running. So
I really want to drive that one.
Some fun time.
That'd be really cool. That thing's cool. You're gonna have quite the fleet, man. Are you gonna break out the cargo pants for the C8 barbecue? I know we got to throw a C8 barbecue when that happens.
Oh yeah, yeah. Actually, I have my whole outfit here.
I want to ask.
I just need to have.
Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah.
I was going to ask.
I was just saying I need to have kids so I can really be a dad.
Yeah. I was going to ask you, what is it about the rotary that has kind of put you in this mindset of everything needs a rotary? What has it been about that motor specifically that has been your attraction to it?
To be honest, I gotta be good to the one that was good to me, and it's the 3-rotor. My 3-rotor is a beautiful sound. I love that engine so much. And then the 4-rotor kind of takes that up a notch. So I've had rotaries since I was an adult, since I was 17, 18. And I think it started out as like, okay, cool, I'm being unique. I'm a unique guy. But then it's cult, and then I got good at it. I don't know. And so I think it really comes down to the sound, that feeling and that sound. That's
the power delivery is like no other.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Rotaries are cool. I like them a lot. It's kind of what these guys feel with
V8. Now I got the
you what?
Internet.
What was that, Rob?
Yeah, sorry. I was just gonna say, now I got the 6-rotor being built as well. So the E shaft's almost finished. So that's gonna be the big one, because me, I love
say it again. Say it one more time. Yep. 6-rotor.
6-rotor, yes, but not just 6-rotor, turbo 6-rotor. So there's never been one done like that. And so I'm having the E shaft custom.
Yo, I want to live in your wallet. It's probably the size of a house.
So are you building an airplane with that, or?
Yeah, that's what you get when you live in the shop.
Yeah, that's fair. You really dive fully in, and I respect it, man. You put everything you got into your passion of building these things. It's beautiful. More people should take note, including myself. You inspired me for sure, because I watch your videos and you're like, I don't know how to do this. Okay, I'm gonna learn how to do this. Okay, I did this. That's just a cool way to go about things, and it's something this quarantine's gonna
you guys
make me do. I think.
Yeah, you guys know how it is. Is that I'll have people say, well, they remember, but they kind of forget that I'm choosing to edit my own videos the way I'm editing them, and I love sharing that I don't know. I love keeping that ego low, because I can't stand, people forget that where they came from. So that actually that's a real big part of me, is I just don't like when people do that. Mm-hmm. So showing that, hey, like for example, in the video going to the burn yard, I couldn't tell there was like an older RX model. I didn't know what it was, and I couldn't tell quickly. And I left that in the video because I wanted people to know that just because I'm this far into rotaries doesn't mean I know everything.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I can't tell the difference between an RX2, 3, or 4. We went to PAC in Australia, and I was like, "What's that one?" He's like, "It's the same one I just showed you." Oh, okay. They're hard to distinguish, but no, that's really cool, man. It's a beautiful thing, and hopefully more people are inspired to build really stupid, fun cars by what you're doing. Yeah. Are you mobile? Can you show us some stuff?
Let's see. Yeah, I'm on the laptop. Let me see if the internet goes and gets better. Adventures with that. Obviously, you've got.
That thing's crazy.
You got a name for that thing, or you just?
Yeah. It's the.
I remember now. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So Ahura is a Rostrian for the ultimate being, which is the same place that the name Mazda came from. So Ahura Mazda, my idea was that it's the ultimate Mazda, this ultimate rotary. There's the other 4-rotor right there.
So
I'll give you $5 for it.
$1 for every rotor.
So
Rob, real quick, on that 4-rotor, real quick, Rob, what is like the most difficult parts to source, and like what is the process to assemble something like that? Because a 4-rotor is obviously not very common, and only so many people have these things. But what is kind of the process and the parts to get to make this happen?
Yeah. So this was never an OEM engine. There's, I'd say, 2 major things. One is the actual E-shaft. It's a custom E-shaft. Mm-hmm. So that's machined. And just like my 6-rotor, that E-shaft is sourced out in New Zealand. So, and then that part was infamously lost many years ago for this one, which kind of put too much pressure or too much publicity on the build back in, I think, into 2015. Mm-hmm. That's kind of what, actually getting lost.
Right.
Part of that. But so the eccentric shaft, and then oddly enough, this very center of this motor, this very middle piece that I have my fingers on, that part, you have to do something custom to make that work. And so you're doing a lot of machine work. Really, I'd say the way I think of it is like, this is my, right here, this is the 3-rotor. It's hidden at the moment. But the 3-rotor car, you really have to be like a mechanic to work on, to own. But the 4-rotor, you really need to be like a fabricator or a machine shop because you're doing so much custom just to get it running. So I think that's the scary part for a lot of people.
I like that you phrase it like that, Rob, because it is like that. When you own a certain car and people see it and you put a lot, you're like, man, you have no idea what it takes to keep this car running, just to have this car in general. Yeah. So hate on it if you want.
Exactly.
You don't even know what I went through to get here.
Not only keep it running, but you also have to have the means to fix it when it breaks.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. And I'm very fortunate that the 4-rotor produces so much torque and horsepower while kind of staying in more of a stable range. Not doing the Burnyard all-wheel drive burnout. The header was glowing red and whatnot, but like 700, 800 horsepower, which is going to do a lot of the adventures that you want to do, is actually pretty reliable range. So that's the positive side to this. But it's a lot of machine work. I'd say that's the craziest part about it. You can't just go buy parts for it. You couldn't just go buy and build that engine.
No, like the most common wear items, Rob, like apex seals and things like that. Is that kind of like a universal part that can be worked throughout the rotary engines, or is that another specific part for that 4-rotor?
So apex. What's funny, and this is kind of, so another problem with the rotaries is that you have a lot of people telling you what can and can't work, and you have to do all these weird things to it. Well, to be honest, what you saw at the Burnyard was a stock port, stock side seals, stock a lot of seals, stock water seals, all those pieces that people like try to tell you that there's upgrades for. You just saw an engine make all-wheel horsepower, 800 foot-pounds of torque on mostly stock parts. Now, Apex seals, it's funny. Apex seals are definitely like the hot item, but especially in drag racing or at least smaller, shorter distances, they'll all work for the most part. They'll all make a decent amount of power. It's just when you go for longer runs and whatnot. So there's nothing custom machined on that engine for Apex seals. You could use Mazda's standard seal. So that's actually pretty exciting. And I love showing.
And for myself, it's like, obviously I've never really worked on a rotor or even took one apart.
Yeah.
Like, what would you say the biggest misconception is about rotary engines? Because a lot of people are like, oh, they're impossible to work on. Nobody wants to work on them because they're garbage or they're just too much to do. And do you feel that the rotary is really that complicated of an engine to disassemble and build in comparison to like a piston-driven engine?
Well, that's the crazy part was when we had the aluminum go through the engine in the four rotor, I was terrified. I was like, I don't have the ability to rebuild this engine. And just like, the videos were true to tale. We rebuilt that engine in shop. And so it's more modular than I thought. Like, you're stacking piece after piece and you're doing the same, process. It's rebuilding a rotary is relatively simple. And even building a rotary engine, that engine is built very stock. There's not like custom tolerances, stuff like that. You just add boost. That's what I've learned is the Kiwi or the New Zealand way is just add more boost, and more power. So yeah, I think a lot of rotary guys love to make it sound like they're super mystic and cryptic, but they're actually you do premix, which is where you add the oil, kind of like a engine, oil into your gas. They're pretty reliable. Now they're still less reliable.
That's how I like to think of Hurt is very mystic.
the Twerk Stallion running is mystic.
Definitely, the Twerk Stallion's a mystic creature.
It very much is. I was just jaw dropped watching it, shred over. I don't know if it was one of Andy's sleigh days, but it was Hurt when you had it at Apple Valley. I was just I'm seeing this in real life.
Yo, old girl, when she wants to, she gets down, man.
Yeah.
I put that motor through the ringer for about 3 years at 500 horsepower, and it finally started to lose compression. Didn't fully blow up or anything. It just started to lose some compression. So I'm just going to pop it open, check the seals, replace the seals. I'm sure everything else is fine, and it's going to come right back together. And that's the cool part about rotaries is if you go the extra mile like Rob and learn how to rebuild them, you minimize your cost and time and everything on all of it. So, because I imagine now you could probably slap together a two rotor effortlessly.
Oh yeah, and I'll show you this. So hopefully my internet doesn't mess with us. This is actually upcoming next video or so is the three rotor being put back together.
You about to make a video about that?
Yeah. And what's going on is this is the exact opposite approach than the four rotor, where the four rotor is, hundreds of thousands of dollars, at least in the custom car. This, I'm reusing almost every single part. So very much I'm making that point to show that that can be done. So here's these are 2-piece Apex seals, but they're the seals that were in it when it cracked.
Hey, do you have any extra ones? Asking for a friend. Or I'm looking out for you. I'm looking out for you right now.
Oh, that's near and dear to my heart. What's funny is I actually when I sold shirts, I'm really weird about merch, but when I sold shirts, I had a couple of kids that weren't going to get them before Christmas, like 16-year-old, and so I sent the mom messaged me, and so I'm like, hey, I'm going to send him something very special in place of the shirt, so he gets something. And so I sent him one of the old Apex seals. They were fine, but I sent him one of the old set of Apex seals from the three rotor, and I knew their parents were going to be like, what the heck is this square or rectangular piece of metal? This isn't cool. But I got the Instagram message from a kid just like, freaking out, going, "Oh my god!" Because I let him know that it was from that engine, and there's 9 of those in that, so it's pretty limited, kind of unique. But I knew that they're gonna open it up, like, what? What is this?
Mom's like, you got a prison shank in the mail. Who's Rob Dahm sending prison shanks for, boy?
Yo, how much for that CTSV?
Oh yeah, she. I hate to say this, but she needs to go.
$7.
Oh yeah, in this economy, I gotta take it early and often. Yeah, she's full bolt-ons. I neglect her, but I'm not an LS channel. The audience neglects her. So
Hey, fire that thing up real quick.
oh yeah, I will. All right.
If you fire, you may as well do a burnout too.
Yeah. I see that hood, man. That big ass hood. That's inside burnout.
So when this is done, I guess we'll go get that. Hurt?
You what?
I said when this is done, I guess we'll go get that.
Yeah, let's go pick it up. We can.
I always wanted one for a drift.
Hey,
I got hand sanitizer, Lysol wipes, and a truck. Let's go get it.
Hey, Hurt, so far you offered $4 for the 4-rotor, $7 for the Cadillac.
That's big bank.
Are you rolling like $12 in your wallet right now? Because you're balling on me right now.
You see these gummy bears? You think they're cheap?
He's got something. He's got at least a $20 bill in there.
Yeah.
There has to be a 20 spot.
Room for more.
Hey, you know what? I could also just trade this Dragon Ball Z coffee mug. I don't need to use money. I have other means of currency. So
I'll trade you a Lysol spray for your DVs. I haven't showed Rob this yet. I'm gonna offer it. If he shows me something spicy, I might have to swing out the Lysol can.
hey, I got elderberry. You want some elderberries? They're good for the immune system.
Wait, is that car running?
I'm gonna pop 2 of these bad boys right now.
Item.
Is the car on?
Mm-hmm.
I turned it on briefly. Yeah.
Oh, we didn't hear it.
Yeah, I didn't hear it at all.
She's tame.
We were talking about hand sanitizer.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody's got to stop
Yeah,
talking.
here,
I hear this.
I'll turn it. Yeah.
See?
Okay. My goal. What's funny is that car actually has full open headers, mid pipe, and then I wanted to keep it Cadillac, so I used the stock catback, so it stays pretty quiet at idle. But then when you open it up, she still talks. So stock cams, stuff like that, but full bolt-ons. So.
Oh, wait, you modified the exhaust? $6. $6. Man, Zoom just does not like vehicles.
Zoom might be the audio might be blown out on us.
Not like vehicles.
Let's just see.
All right, everybody, shut up. Shoot.
Oh, exactly. Just barely.
I
But
think
you know what?
Zoom doesn't like to pick up car audio.
Unfortunately.
You won't even hear it.
No.
Yeah, don't hear it at all.
Here, I'll help.
Hilarious.
Zach. I'll be the.
That was it.
I could have been support.
Let's all not pretend like we don't know what any LS sounds like.
Yeah.
So far, all we've tried to start is V8 stuff. That's it. The monster truck, the boat.
It's true.
Rob's V8. All we tried is you don't know how it works with an inline-6 or a 4-cylinder or a rotary.
Go start your cars up, boys.
Yeah.
Start that rotary up.
Yeah. I got try firing up that's different.
Oh, is that the vet?
The
that was
vet-
the Diablo.
Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. Hurt, what are you going to offer for this thing? I might have to bust out the Lysol.
I'll pay a good $69 for that one.
Oh!
Yeah.
You're not rolling a 20 spot on that wallet. You got deep pockets today.
They're being really
Hey, listen, when you're running with a high roller like Rob Dahm, you got to talk big money. Okay.
You go to Vegas with 100 in your wallet for 3 days.
I think Scotto just outbid you in the chat at 420. So.
Oh man.
Oh, there you go.
This guy.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Let's see if she'll fire up.
Hey, start it and then run away and see if the sound will get better as you're further away.
I bet
Okay,
$7 the battery's dead.
All right, hold on.
Yo, Diablos are so sick.
Yo, this man just put a laptop on top of his Diablo.
Ain't care, dude.
Noted.
He said money? What money?
Okay, hold on. Wait, 69 bones. Here, watch this.
Yeah. Oh.
Hold on. Nobody say anything. We're learning the starting process on this thing. So whenever we go to a shop, we can
Yeah, it's
take
put
this
a
on.
jump pack on the battery.
Okay. He has
And then-
three keys.
You got a discount. on that.
Yeah, remember it didn't fire up. It was dead when you came to visit.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm roasting you about dead batteries.
Let's see.
Dolly, you need more updates on the K-Swap 240. It made 510 horsepower at 16 pounds. There's your update.
And
Okay,
it
Wait,
go.
hold on.
Let's
We got beats.
see if it can.
Oh,
That's a very exotic sound.
man, I never knew this motor sounded so electric.
Is it running?
is.
Hey. All right, so we figured it out. Zoom does not like V8s.
Wait, no V8.
Hold on. Let's.
Oh,
Okay. That
Was that
yeah.
better?
We got a taste. We got
we gotta start muting ourselves when we
Yeah.
want to listen
Everybody's
to
got to
car
go
audio.
mute because
Yeah.
as soon as it switches over, it's like it just kills the audio.
Yeah, we heard it a little bit, but if someone breathes on the mic, it just pulls the audio away. That's dope, though.
I have to do another video on it.
So
Otto's taking that home, then. We'll talk about that right now.
Yep, that's fine.
So do you ever just like pull up to places with like the door up, like I don't know, man. Like I feel like if you rolling up to anywhere like valet with the Diablo, right? Or any scissor door Lamborghini is just like a really hard flex, but especially if you got like a classic Lamborghini.
Yeah. Well, I think one of my there's a downside to that, and I hope for the four rotors helped change that. Is that a lot of people think that when they sell that car, they're thinking, okay, this guy's got more money than sense, and that may be true, but I still don't even have money like that. I financed the crap out of that car when I first wanted it, but I don't, as you guys know, I don't do the supercar YouTube, luxury lifestyle stuff. And I think a lot of fans originally thought I was going to do that, but so it's been. I still wouldn't trade the car for anything. I love the childhood dream car, but a lot of people think that I was trying to flex when I was younger, and I was, but it just kind of speaks for itself. That's for sure.
So
I'm just talking about like there's got to be a feeling when you pull up to a valet.
Oh.
You hit that.
Oh yeah.
Here, I'll show you guys what it feels like right now. This is what it feels like.
Oh, Zach, how good did you feel that day?
Oh man.
Product placement.
Oh man. Wait. Oh man, I gotta share the screen again. I just realized something.
And you could share that with audio too. Do display capture with audio. That does. It should be.
It should be, unless I press the wrong button. But I just realized. Look at that. It's got crank windows.
Yeah, keeping it real.
Yo, I had no idea.
And that might be a fun fact because I think even like the F40 and F50 may have crank windows too. Like a lot of these crazy exotic sports cars are very basic on the inside. Like even in your car behind you, Rob, is it pretty basic inside?
Oh man, Rob, you just live in space. Like I just. Oh man, you just look like you're always on the moon. Even like your hair is anti-gravity. Everything is just.
I know. I was supposed to get a haircut. I'm always running like the mad scientist look, like always, just like a day late sort of look. Then, everything, all the adventures have just hit, and so it's growing out like way too wild, way too wild. So I'm actually thinking about cutting my own hair.
Oh man,
that should be a video in itself too.
Yeah,
just have a stream of cutting your own hair.
Next week we're all just gonna do beard trims and head shaving stuff. Like that. We'll just compare.
Yes,
just do it all live.
No, but real talk. The Lambo behind you.
That would be hilarious.
The Lambo behind you, Rob. It's fairly basic inside. Like a lot of these old European sports cars are very simplistic on the interior.
First of all, it is a Lamborghini. It is an Italian sports car, and it is sophisticated and hand stitched. Okay, there's not a European sports car. That is an Italian sports car. There's a clear delineation. Basically, like Miami is Florida, but it's not Florida. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fair enough. But can you just give us a quick look into the car and show us how simplistic the interior is on the Lamborghini behind you? He must be listening to YouTube.
Sorry, say again?
Can you give us a look on the inside of the Lamborghini behind you, as far as showing us simplicity?
I think my internet. I need to pay the bill or something. It just acts up on me. Yeah, I just had my app open. So I spent way too much money on Apex Seals. So I might. You guys don't mind if I try to drop out real quick, test it, and come back? Do you?
No, please feel free. If you have the link to rejoin, so yeah, please. If you need to drop and come back in 2 minutes, back. Absolutely.
Yep. Okay.
Man. By the way, while we take a little break here, shout out to Falcon Tires for supporting a bunch of scumbags like us so we can actually do this and give you guys a stream and still do fun stuff and connect with all of our friends in these kind of whack times here.
I just bought a bunch of Falcon tires, and they're sitting in my garage, and I can't wait till this is over and just to blow them all apart.
You can do garage burnouts.
Dude, I think I'd kill my neighbor. Like, I think it's directly, like, his room is, like, above my garage. It's a weird situation. I think he'd die.
Let's just take a moment. Let's take a moment to appreciate the way Falcon tires smoke. All right, let's bring up some OG stallion. Let's look at it. Look at the way these things smoke. Look at that smoke.
Just walking it through the yard.
The style of that burnout. This is what we were talking about yesterday. Her style of burnout is pretty unrivaled.
Oh, so what is the word with that burnout comp with Cletus?
We're talking about it. We got to find a location and stuff, and I don't think he thinks we're serious.
Oh, he hasn't seen this video yet. That's why.
He said, what car are you going to bring to compete with me?
Oh.
Well, see, that's when I think we need dredging criteria. It should be, once again, what we use for the Burnyard: throttle modulation, the way you make it sing, smoke, and then yard utilization. Because if it's just go out there and do a sitter, that's a sitter. But there's a taste behind.
Listen, Scotto's on board. Like, Scotto's really into this idea, and Scotto doesn't like losing either. And he called NASA and said, "Hey, we're gonna have a burnout competition against Hell Yeah Brother, and we need something special for it." So Scotto beamed down a motor from NASA that should rival anything that Cletus has. So it's game time. So we're going to get ready. He might not actually want to do it, but we're just going to build a twerk burnout car and cause a ruckus anyway.
Let me ask you guys a question. You guys like corn dogs?
Yeah.
Corn dogs?
Isn't corn dogs the quarantine food of choice right now?
Dude.
What is that?
A little muffin 10 got a little cornbread with a wiener in it.
I don't think that's not safe for YouTube, Dan.
You gotta get creative.
That's not safe for YouTube, Dan. Please.
You gotta get creative.
Pretty sure Hank's got one of those.
Man. Never mind. I can't say that.
I was just talking about food here, okay? That's much better, boys.
What's wrong with us?
You gotta get creative.
Is that homemade, Dan? Are you a chef?
Is that a little smoky?
I've been cooking every day. Every day.
Dude, that's how you stay so lean and mean.
I don't think I've eaten meat in like 2 days or 3 days.
For why?
My girl's just making healthy stuff, and I'm just eating healthy stuff.
See, you're stuck at home now.
Yeah.
You have to eat healthy. Raquel's got you locked up.
Yeah.
You can come out fit. I hope if you guys are getting challenges on Instagram and everybody sends you a 10 push-up thing, dude, we're gonna be jacked.
I keep eating these jars in 2 days. Like I ate this jar in 2 days, so I'm not actually gonna get any better.
So push-up competition.
Wait, hold on.
You want to rip push-ups right now?
Hold on.
You want to rip push-ups right now?
I've been looking at this all wrong because I thought you just have to watch them do 10 push-ups and that's counted. All I've been doing is watching.
I'm gonna rip 10. I'm gonna rip a 20 hit right now.
Oh, it's 20? Okay, let's go.
Watch them.
Let's get it.
All right, hold on. Here we go. There you go. Dude, this is like the ultimate Hoonigan fit stream right now. Not only do we show you how to cook the finest corn dog muffins, but you also can burn it off with a perfect 10-pack, 20-pack right now. All right, we got Hurt going up and down. All you see is Hurt back popping in and out of the gummy bears, which means that is literally some of the best form we've ever seen in a burnout. Zach, of course, doing it in all denim, which is at least 50 pounds of clothing he's wearing right now.
Come back in here.
Quick 20
Dude, how does that shirt fit? I think you lost 2 buttons, Zach. Those pecs just blew that thing wide open. Boom! Ow.
I've been wearing the same clothes for 3 days, so they stretch out.
Today's actually the first day I put on pants. I've been wearing underwear for the past 2 weeks.
Am I the only one know if you didn't actually have something to do? I've been just fresh, new clothes, shower every day.
Mortal Kombat like a beast.
I shower every day. I just put on the same clothes because I'm not going anywhere.
It's not getting. That's a good point. Sterile, sanitized, dude. Hasn't left your house. Chase, you've been living in your garage for the past 10 days. Every time we see you, you're in this like you haven't moved from the chair.
Yeah. Well, I got a more comfortable chair today. I was sitting on this for 6 hours on Monday.
Same, Chase. I did that yesterday.
You got a matching Mortal Kombat stool?
Oh, son.
Did anyone do push-ups with us?
No.
If you're in the chat and you didn't do push-ups with us, disappointing.
I'm eating a corn muffin with a little.
Dude, I don't know what I'm more blown away with. I don't know if I'm more blown away by Dan's homemade cooking or just the 40-pack that was blasted on stream right now. Yo, but real talk, Rob has been living at a shop just like John has. The dude has been in space he just has a straight Super Saiyan Goku haircut and has been living and breeding rotaries for the past quarantine. And I'm a little jealous of it, honestly.
He's very determined on his project. I remember I tried to find the picture at SEMA because we were there. Hurt, Scott, and myself were there, and I took pictures of the car. I can't find them right now, but I remember seeing it at SEMA. I was like, wow, this is crazy. And then to finally see it run was like, that was really an awesome experience for myself. I'm sure everyone else same way, and I'm not known for being a rotary guy or in anything except American cars that are really old and smelly. But it was awesome to see that. I'm really stoked for him and what he's doing. And he's definitely leveling up on what he does all the time.
Yeah, being a 6-year project, I'm sure we've experienced some of that with some of our project cars. But usually for some of us, like for me, I get to like a 3-year mark and I'm like, we might put that one on a rack and buy something that's already running. But
hey guys, can I run an idea by you?
Yeah. Do you want chat to judge the idea as well?
Yeah, I'm gonna share my screen. But
okay.
So you know the guys NutriDrop, right?
Yep.
Of course.
What if we did a live stream with them where they did their thing on our live stream?
Yep.
Please.
So if you don't know NutriDrop, I'm just gonna go ahead and give you a quick taste.
Yeah,
of what they're about because it's absolutely amazing. But I just think it'd be so fun to watch them do it live.
Oh, let's see if we got audio on this one here. Oh, Yo, real talk about these guys. I had no idea about them until I was hanging out at the donut garage and you guys showed me this, and I was so blown away with what you guys were watching. This talk about strong flex, dude. These guys are flexing hard.
Look at that. Yo, that's amazing. It's absolutely just his form, his no mercy reversey.
Dude. And
You know, it's like
these
that.
guys are inspiring.
and
It's
not
like
only
that pencil illusion where you shake the pencil.
but not only that, dude, the seesaw burnout with the flex.
They call it the no mercy reversey.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's what they call it.
I'd say that's pretty spot on. I mean,
Yeah.
these guys do it.
So could you imagine a live stream with them doing their thing? Because I'm sure they just been quarantined at their junkyard, so it's safe. But I hit them up just now, so hopefully we can get them on.
I say let's book it. That could be easily a 24-hour stream right there, hanging out.
Would you
with
guys
those
want
dudes.
to watch that? Would you guys want to watch that?
And by the way, you've seen them put like powdered sugar in the oil fill.
Oh.
They've done like
They make cars eat themselves. I've seen them take a ducting and tape it to the throttle body and then vacuum the floor around it and take parts off of it and shove it back in like they turn the motor into a vacuum. Savages.
that is called automotive science right there. And the advantage of owning a junkyard, like yes, we have our own junkyard, which may be considered junk, maybe not. A lot of cars sit there, but those dudes literally probably have hundreds of cars just to screw with every single day.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't necessarily have a junkyard. We have the West Side Collection,
Yes.
which is an assortment of fine automobiles. But they have all of our dreams, and those guys are doing the Lord's work in the automotive space.
Raise your hand if you have a car in the West Side Selection.
We got a couple.
I only have one there. I only have one there now.
I think I got two.
Jeez, what are they? Well, you have
Mine's in the premium lot.
the premium lot.
Yeah.
How many does Scotto have? Between us, before we even have, how many do you think Scotto has back?
He actually doesn't have any over there. Oh, wait. He has an old F100 back there, doesn't he?
Did he take it home?
I don't know if he took that home though. Either way,
No, he was driving it the other day. I saw him driving it, and it looked like it was raiting inside the car.
No.
Not Ashley's F100.
There's another F100.
That's there. That's 100% there.
Mhm.
well, I mean, whatever. It's fine. Restoring things for later days.
Well, see, right now we have an excuse because we can just blame it on that we can't work on our cars. We've been preparing. That's all we've been preparing for it. We knew that we weren't going to be. So it's like we'll make it through the upcoming events and we'll get back to it. It's just we were just planning. We were ready for it.
Did Rob Dahm say he was coming back?
He said he was going to try to come back, but
What time were we supposed to have Leah on?
Leah can come on anytime she wants. We'll give Rob a few more minutes before we can get Rob back on. But if Leah's going to be ready in the next, let's say, 5 minutes, we'll give Rob until 1:30, which is about 8 minutes. But also, while we're waiting for Leah or Rob to come back, let's address chat. Because I think chat may have some good ideas, which, by the way, chat has always came up with some of the really good ideas, but some of the really worst ideas, but we do them all either way. Who would you guys like to see on the live stream? Hurt suggested a really good one right now, but the advantage of doing the Hoonigan live stream, Tangents Live remote, is now we have the ability to go to people, right? I think part of the problem with Tangents prior is that it was to get guests to come to the shop all the time wasn't possible because a lot of our, like, once again, Son of a Diggers all the way out in the Carolinas. We have friends all over the United States, but now we can get them any day of the week. So now that we have the ability to pipe in really anybody into the stream, let's get a blast on what shops you guys would like to see. Like to see who we have come swing by, literally virtually, which would also be almost like a build bio bit where we can start talking to people, getting more in depth with their cars at their shops, but also see behind the scenes, like, yo, Rob Shop. Other than seeing the VHS of Rob Shop, I didn't know what that dude had in there, and it's a science lab of stuff.
I'm seeing a ton, man. Adam LZ, Mighty Car Mods, the Jimmy Oaks. A lot of cool guys out there.
And by the way, I see a lot of Cletus. Well, guys, let's drop a bomb on you guys right now. We're going to try to have Cletus on near the end of this week or the beginning of next. It's already in talks. So all you dudes spamming Cletus, guess what? We're already beating you on that one because we're working on it. You guys mentioned it the other day. We're going to make sure we get our boy Cletus on there, and he's already confirmed. We're just locking in the dates either for the last half of this week. We have 2 more days, or we can get him on early next week. So Cletus is definitely going to be piped in here very, very soon, which is cool because then we can go to the Freedom Factory and give us like a behind the scenes at the Freedom Factory, or we can go see Toast or any of his other cars that we might have to compete against in a burnout competition with Hurt Daddy. And Hurt's been training on a set of Corsa, by the way, and that's a low-key plug for
a good one too, man. I could nerd out with Papadakis for a while.
Oh,
You got to be building so much cool stuff right now.
So with all this chat going on, we're going to dig through chat here in a second. We're going to start picking out some names. But also, while you guys are here, if we can get the mods to drop the Falcon Instagram link in chat right now. So mods, drop the Falcon Instagram link. Please go over to Falcon's latest Instagram post and just say, thank you, Dash, the Hoonigans. We want to make sure we thank those guys because without them, a lot of our bad ideas wouldn't come to life, and with those guys, it's awesome. It's super pumped. So thank you guys to Falcon, and you guys head over to their IG and spread some love because they're a huge supporter of us and a huge supporter of all you guys, and especially the grassroots scenes. A lot of us diehard gearheads. Falcon supports all walks of life in the automotive space. So shout out to them for helping us out tons. What are you guys seeing in chat that's popping up as far as potential?
Boosted Boys. Yeah, it'd be cool to check out their shop.
They're big Honda daddies, huh?
Oh yeah, they got a Honda-powered Subaru, a Honda-powered MR2, all kinds of, and their Odyssey, the first-gen Odyssey they're going full tilt on that thing. Probably trying to make like 1,000 horsepower with that.
Dude, in 1,000 horsepower Honda in real life, like after experiencing your K24 Hurt, you now see the potential of what these things can do.
Yo, it's ridiculous, man. Like, if we didn't run out of fuel, we would have easily made 600 horsepower. At 16 pounds, it made 510, and with 1,000 cc injectors, I just need bigger injectors to make more power. But it's a bone stock motor, top to bottom, like 4-cylinder, 2.4 liter, and it just loves boost, just eats it right up.
That's all E85, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so it's on Ignite. It eats it right up. It's sick.
And that's a stock bottom end.
Stock bottom, stock top.
And so
like literally untouched motor. Just slap goodies on it. Stock head gasket.
And the Sweet Air Turbo.
So you just spend a lot of time with Soupy. And is Soupy a Honda guy? Like a big Honda dude? Or he's just good with everything. He seems like he's just really good with everything.
I think he just absorbs and takes it all in and attacks it at case by case. He's just got it like that.
I had a chance to hang out with Soupy just a little bit. You guys were lucky enough to spend a lot of time with him at the donut garage. But the dude is straight up a wizard. And he is so able to adapt to literally anything that is thrown at him. And that's what made it look like Build and Battle was cakewalk for him. I never looked at a guest before on Build and Battle and made it look easy. He made it look so easy to build a car in that short amount of time. It's just he was so able to adapt to, build a car in 2 weeks, great, we'll just make this and make that. Building shit out of jack handles, and I can't even like process that. That's honestly Soupy low-key one of the baddest dudes to build a car for sure.
We should get him on the chat. We should call him up, see what he's doing right now.
Yeah, he's working on the FD.
Well, as China's still spamming a lot of people, we got Adam LZ, TJ Hunt, Sheepy Race would be another good one. Sheepy's been building some bad stuff, bad daddy stuff. We got a Ken Block. We might already have something with Ken Block. Finnegan we had on earlier this week, but I would love to go more in depth with Finnegan because he has a cool collection. That boat, dude, I wish we could have just spent a little bit more time on that boat because that thing was stupid. It was just straight up like you get on the gas and you're sucked into the turbo because it's right behind your head. I think there was so many things, but I would.
It was boatylicious.
Ooh, try to get to you in that boaty.
Just you and that Bodie.
We got Luke Fink, King Race, a lot of sheepies. Jamo and Soupy would be great for an episode.
Luke
Jamo
Fink would be great too because he has a track, so he could literally take us drifting.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Jimmy Oaks. It looks like we're talking to Jimmy Oaks. Busy Moto, JP Performance. Yeah, see, these are a bunch of solid things. And like I said, the big advantage to doing tangents live in this manner is, let's call them up. You know what I mean? It's super easy, and this is just one part of us kind of stepping into the live world. Noriaro. Alexi would be another good one. We've already been chatting with Alexi Noriaro. That dude's a Japan drift wizard. Not only that, but he's a JDM car lord. So he would have tons of nutty information just on the culture in itself. Oh, Rob Dahm is connecting to audio real quick, and audio is connected. Rob, how's your internet?
Okay, I had to run a long ass cable. My laptop.
He
You still have Cat 5?
I pay for really high speed fiber because I love uploading my videos in 4K, and I'm getting like a fraction of like 56K. It's horrible. So I had to make sure before I jump back in that I can promise good.
So you had to build that cable and plug it in within the past 10 minutes.
I spun it by hand, crimped the ends. Actually, I can crimp the ends. That's my old life as a computer guy. But no, that's actually a security camera.
Yo, I got a surprise guest.
Whoa,
I got a surprise
guest. What up?
Sorry, Rob, but just
Yeah. Oh my God.
What up, Kakawa?
hey, Cacao,
Yo.
we're live on YouTube right now, just so you know. So don't tell us, don't tell the people you hate us too much.
But what if I do?
Look, he's trying not to smile. He misses me. He misses me.
What's up with that background?
Gummy
your phone.
bears? You want something else?
I don't know.
I'll give you something else.
There's my dead dogs.
Wait, what?
Oh, that's sad.
Wow, you said that's so sad. Like that just like
One more thing. What are you guys doing?
Cacao, I love you.
What are you guys doing?
Say it back.
Say
it back.
This is how you guys work now?
Say it back. Say it back.
No.
Say it back.
Never gonna say it back to you.
He's the one with personal space, but he's a little up in us. Right?
Yo, Cacao's probably
Doing
killing the
social distancing.
personal space game right now.
I'm pretty pleased right now.
Yeah.
Everyone pretty much stays away. And when someone gets too close, you just let out a little cough and everyone backs off. It's awesome.
You're just a savage. I just wanted the people were asking for you, so I just wanted them to say hi to you real quick.
Oh, yeah. Hey,
Hey.
The man of many words.
who's all on?
Oh, you can't see everybody? You gotta
All I
swipe,
see is like,
swipe the screen until it shows everybody.
oh,
Yeah.
there's only like, oh, there's a lot of people on. Jeez. Okay.
Squad.
What's up?
All right.
All right,
What is
tell
up
me-
to you?
Tell me you love me now, and then you can leave.
No. How about if I just leave?
No, just say it. Just say it. Cacao, just say it, please.
Hey,
Just say
her.
it. Just hey. Hey, he smiled. He smiled.
Good. Hey,
He smiled.
Laughed at his own joke and left.
I don't think he fully left. Can you kick him out, Corey? So he
it looks
doesn't
like he's out. He dipped.
okay. All right.
He hit the
All right.
eject button.
He's gone.
All right, guys. Hopefully you appreciated that. I saw a lot of cacao comments, so I figured I'd give you a little cacao. That just him coming on to the chat, taking the time to sign up and get on means that he loves me, so he doesn't actually have to say it. So
Chat, you officially killed chat. Let's get an F in chat, guys, for killing chat. Spam some Fs, boys,
yeah,
because you guys all died in that 1 minute amazing.
yeah. Just wanted to let you guys know. I know you guys worry about cacao, but he's fine. He's in heaven right now. Nobody can touch
Is that
him.
what the pearly gates look like? He had like crown molded ceilings, dude, and like beautiful lighting. There we go.
Just
F for
just
chat,
floating
guys.
Angels. Angel puppies.
Oh man.
So back to
Anyway, Rob,
here.
back to your fiber optic internet.
I'm here.
Okay, so before you left, we were trying to get a look inside of the Diablo to see what that interior looks like.
Oh yeah. I'm kind of proud of this. Like, look at this cable.
You
Like,
gotta carry that thing.
I'll give you $3 for it.
Can't hurt.
That was half the price you offered for one of the cars.
That's a long. You see how long that cable is? He's walking around the entire shop.
Well, okay, so you know what I did is I got 4K camera system to do something dumb when I'm not holding the camera, and so I actually disconnected part of the camera system so I could run the laptop. But yeah, they're all strung up. You feel the weird shit I do. Okay, so what's cool about this car in particular is that this one is the last year of the Lamborghini Audi kind of whole thing before Audi fully took over. So it's got like that old school Lamborghini like kit car feel, but then also like Audi trying to show off what they're capable of. So it is actually really nice on the inside, but it's still super Italian and dark.
I sat in it. I can definitely tell you it's exactly what he says it is.
Manual windows.
No. I got in these doors, but because of the shape of the car, they don't go all the way down. They go down to about here.
Ooh.
Can we talk about?
You can't hit him with you can't hit him with one of these.
They're painful. I've done that a couple times, and it gets you right in that funny bone.
Dang.
It hurts.
I would look like this.
It does. You're up like that, trying to look like it's comfortable.
Yeah, the gated shifter in those, though. I mean, it's you got that ball. You got the gate to row through. I mean, that's got to be a beautiful feeling.
That is the coolest thing. You know what's funny? You can take that gate off, and the car. It's like a normal transmission. It's just literally just like clink, clink, clink. But it feels so sad when you take the gate off. It's a really big bummer. So it's just a piece of metal preventing you from moving everywhere.
You got to shift it like that dude on the bus. Like,
Yeah.
Hey, why don't you give us a inside look of your new floorboards on the 4Runner?
Yeah, this is. You can actually see what's going to turn into my splitter and the rest of the floor right here. If you ever wonder, this is like $800 in aluminum.
Whoa.
I never wondered, but now I know.
Heard, what would you pay for it?
Yeah, I think it was like $650 something there, but plus the metal for the floors. But that you pay, like, this is kind of crazy to me. You pay for aluminum at that size by the pound. So they just figure out how much it weighs, and then they charge you that way. It's not like that kind of blew my mind. I'm expecting them to be like, okay, well, this is really big.
I guess it's the same idea with like gold and stuff, huh?
Yeah. So there's my floor.
Okay.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice little curve up front and back. So that's fully welded in. But you know what made me feel good is that I'm hoping at the moment that rubber drive shafts, if they were to let go, they're supposed to break at the adhesive, so they don't shatter as much as they spin inside the carbon. And so I'm hoping, like when I did the burnout, like, okay, if that rear drive shaft goes, I'm in trouble.
One thing I want to point out while you were down there. So guys, chat, you noticed the floorboard was just put in. When did you put that in, Rob? Just a couple days ago?
Yeah, last night it was fully welded in.
Notice the transmission, fully exposed, drive shaft full. He did a burnout. Now that you guys see, when we say Rob's feet were literally hanging out of the bottom of the car, imagine the floorboards not being there, transmission, drive shaft fully exposed, and that's how he did a burnout in the bird. Just to give you guys perspective.
Terrifying, man.
That, and the other part, like I said before, that completely blew me away was he had a laptop sitting shotgun or in some little, I don't know if he had a seat or something, just tuning on the fly like a mad scientist as you were doing a burnout, checking logs and tuning, which was probably, that to me was icing on the cake.
Thank you. That was because, with the Hoonicorn and all that stuff there, it was like, I have to make it to that event. And so it rushed me, but I was willing to take the chance of having exposed drivetrain, and that worked out perfect. Could have gone a lot worse.
I was so scared the whole time. Even watching you guys tie up the ratchet strap, I was like, no.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is Scotto is like, because one of the kind of the behind the scenes thing is the car pulls to the left because we were going to put two straps on it. And then Scott comes up to me and he's like, "Hey, you know how to use your brakes, right?" And I'm like, yeah. He goes, "Let's only do one strap. Let's give the crowd something fun." And so we had to put that strap on the side, expecting to have two. So once you see the burnout start, you see the car pull to the side. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And you can kind of see me realize and just start to correct it again. But he's like, "Yeah, if it breaks, you just stop."
Easier said than done with that much power and how much grip traction you probably had as well. It looks
it pulled the container about 1.5 inches. That was cool.
So now that you have all this time, Rob, since a lot of the events are canceled, you were mentioning you want to finish a lot of it up. Is there an event that you want to get to? I know you want to do 200 miles an hour, which, by the way, just the other day we did a live stream with Tanner Faust, and he brought up the fact of what it's like to do 200 miles an hour. Have you had a chance to do 200 miles an hour before?
I have. I've done it in the Diablo through the streets of Detroit at 3 a.m.
Detroit, Guadalajara. Closed off though.
Yeah, I totally got the permits.
Professional driver closed course.
Exactly. Yeah, and what I will say about that, it was very quiet, but as long as you're not murdering somebody in Detroit, the cops are actually pretty cool. It's changed. But this is 2012, 2013, so it's still on the up. But I passed one car while doing 200. I'm not condoning any of this, but I didn't film it. It wasn't for YouTube. It wasn't meant to be anything like that. I wasn't trying to show anybody anything. It was for me. That car was, 1 year it was the world's fastest production car. I was like, you know what? I bought that whole speedometer. I need to use that whole speedometer. And I passed one car doing 200 miles an hour. And you don't realize 70 miles an hour is fast, but it's relative. But you're doing 130 miles an hour faster than them. So it's like driving past something stationary at 130 miles an hour. It's oh my God, what?
Is that why your hair is stuck like that?
Yeah. So I the Diablo is partially to blame for the top speed crave.
Now, the thing that Tanner brought up too, and Dan has gone 200 miles before in Big Red, right? Dan, you did 200. They said, and I haven't experienced to do 200. I would have done probably like 180, 189. But how the aero function and how the car moves at that speed. Did you have a chance to experience that in the Diablo, or did the Diablo feel that it was pretty stationary for that speed?
Okay, two things about that. One is that when you say a car's top speed, what I didn't realize, and this is kind of naive younger me, is that that's the limit of the car, not a artificial limit. That's actually the car at red line or at the peak power, peak torque, pushing against the air. And so what it took me, I can only guess, but it took me at least 2 miles to go from like 185 in that car to 200, because the car's at its limit, absolute limit. And you can get up to about 170, 175 without a problem in that. But then once you start getting over at 180, 185, the wind pushing on the windshield, you just hear this like, oh my God, what a wild experience.
What's going through my head right now, and I might need your engineering brain for this because quick math, 200 miles an hour, how much distance are you traveling in seconds?
Let's see. 60 miles an hour is 88 feet per second, I think. So times 3, rough quick math, 250 feet per second.
250 feet a second. So you're doing a quarter of a mile in about 5 seconds, 6 seconds?
Oh my God.
When you're at speed.
Yeah, now you're throwing some curveballs at me. But
like, that's just like the realization. At 200 miles an hour, you're literally going a quarter of a mile. Once again, this is quick math, so chat, don't bomb me on this. You're literally doing it in about 5 seconds. So you're doing a mile in 20 seconds, roughly.
Yeah, exactly.
That's just quick math. But that is nuts at that 16 seconds per mile is what you're doing it at. Holy shit.
Oh my God. Yeah, things come up, the human being can't react to everything at those speeds. That's kind of the scary part, but that's a younger me. But I think what's funny is actually more terrifying for me than doing 200 in the Diablo, which the the caster, all of the aspects of that suspension is designed to do that. It's a very high, angular car. The scary car to do 200 in is a stock chassis RX-7.
Well, because you have the windshield wipers up, I'm sure that doesn't help.
That's a little trick. That's a little Bonneville trick.
Wait, hold on a second. What do you got pulled up here?
Yeah, because that one's me doing 174.
Let's see it.
Okay, hold on. 174
and a half
This
mile.
is on an airstrip.
Yeah.
Just chat, just so you know. This is an airstrip closed course.
You just opened up on that fool or what?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what Gapplebees looks like.
Yeah, the video where so that car is so nuts that I was burning first through fourth, because it's asphalt. It's not, it's a dusty asphalt road, not a prepped VHT track. So traction control was actually a big issue. But when I did 181, the going up to about 170, my front splitter was so effective it dug into the ground. A little oversight on my part. And so I actually, I don't know if I put that piece in the video, but I thought for sure 165 front splitter hits the ground. Yeah, there we are. That's the video right there. I was freaking out so much I didn't even put my windshield or my windscreen down.
Dude, look how big your eyes get. You just lit up.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's still now.
I can tell it's a T56 just by the way you're shifting. Oh my God. What are you doing, Rob?
Yeah. Also, look at the pavement markers, the white hash marks on the road. They went from being like a dash to a solid line near the top speed.
Oh, that was such a...
What am I going to do with this piece of wood, boys?
The intensity.
Yep, you hear just
the
every
wind
shift
up.
his eyebrows go higher.
If you notice, I don't have a dash, so I'm shifting based on sound. I don't have a tag.
Look at eyes up, squinting, dude. That's
yeah. Oh my God.
Something I've always noticed with once it's always right around the 180 mile an hour mark, but both on a motorcycle and in a car, it's like it feels like you hit this like wall of pressure, and it's like it's almost immediate right at that mark. And like on a sport bike, you feel it a lot, but it's like you're accelerating, and then all of a sudden you stop accelerating as fast, and it's like you got to work twice as hard to just like clock any more speed.
Yeah, and full honesty, I don't even put this in the video, but just because this is more, it's been a couple of years. I took the splitter off to do these runs because the splitter had hit the ground before that, and so at about 160, before the tail end of the event, the run, the steering got really. And so I was like, I definitely risked it for this event. So the car doesn't even have a roll cage. And so the reason I mention all this is my mom is like, she doesn't want me to drive my four-rotor. And so I'm like, that car is way, way safer than the three-rotor. The three-rotor is not meant to do what it's doing.
Doesn't even look like you have a cage in there.
No cage. And I'm not doing it for brownie points, or I'm not doing it for street cred, but my if you look at the harness on that car, all four straps are bolted to the same two bolts on the back two of the seat. So that's bad.
You don't like your collarbone.
Safety third.
Honestly, I can tell you're a giant nerd, and you probably thought those Mazda seatbelt covers were going to keep you safe. But
just the giant foam Mazda shoulder pads.
Yep, did not. But yeah, so that's that's why that car is way less safe than something that's been fully at least attempt to think it out.
So looking into the future, kind of forward thinking here, since you have done over 170 miles an hour on that other FD versus the four rotor that you have, how do you think the handling characteristics are going to be different at the higher speed between the two?
Ooh. Well, the FD is actually very stock suspension, stock spring rate and all that. So it was a very soft car meant for drag race launching. The four rotor, at the moment, thankfully, I'm only doing straight line stuff because I don't have anti-sway bars in it. That'll come soon. But I'm hoping to what I want to do is use as much downforce with minimal drag and suck that thing to the ground, and then just use the horsepower to carry it through. So that's kind of my approach.
But you have the ability and option to do that on the four rotor, just because
Yes.
the way you designed it is you can add more of that functioning aero to provide that more higher speed grip.
Yeah.
Awesome.
To be honest, the thing I'm scared about, and it's in a good, healthy sense, is going for Bonneville, because I don't know crap about Bonneville, other than those of us who see stuff online. I have no experience with that, and that's the thing. That's the big old record that I want to break. The half mile and 200 is just cool because it's more of a YouTube type thing.
Right.
I'm not really competing with anybody, but Mazda set 242 miles an hour at Bonneville, the rotary engine. So I want to exceed that. So it's not extreme. It's never not talking really extreme numbers, but it's also not in my realm of experience.
Right.
That one I am a little bit more nervous about.
Yeah.
That being said, Rob, what are you using for gearing? Do you have the ability to change gear ratios and stuff like that?
Yeah, Yeah. So the rear diff is the Winter's quick change. And so I can gear that however I want. The front diff is out of a BMW M3, and so I've realized that I'm gonna have to have like one or two.
Do you unplug his cable?
Oh,
That on his cord?
Go to high speed.
there he is. Got it. Well, Rob, we only have about 5 more minutes with you before we can set you free and start getting back into living the rotary life. Is there a few more things you have around the shop you want to show? So is there anything you want to talk about as far prior to sending you off back into the rotary wild?
Yeah. I'll show. I guess since I showed you guys the 3 rotor, I'll show you the one last car that's coming back to life. And I'll tell you what, tuning my own cars, building them, has made all of this so much easier from a YouTube standpoint. So what I'm going to get back up and running and just do some shenanigans.
That fiber line, it's pumping too much data, dude. It's like, no, please. There it is.
Yep. With dust her off.
Ooh. What do we got? What is this, Rob? Sorry.
Yep. This is the C5 that I rotary swapped and first announced it on the Hurt Break.
Yeah.
Damn, Hurt Break. Who wants Hurt Break back, chat? I guess this is kind of a montage of everything. We got Hurt Break. We have Zach out.
Do a spicy slice on there.
The spicy slice.
I don't miss those, I'll tell you that.
I haven't affected me for days.
I do not miss Zach out. I don't think I could. My liver could take that.
Oh my god, that spicy.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, the spicy boy right there. And that's is that the 3 rotor, Rob?
That's just a bone stock FD motor, so it's a 2 rotor.
Okay.
And it's sitting all the way back in the engine bay, and so we forgot to put. I'm not going to play blame games, but we forgot to put a downpipe on the wastegate, and so the wastegate was pointing right at the wiring harness. We went to make our first power pole, so nuked the wiring harness, and then I was reusing that wire. I was rebuilding it, but I ended up using the 4 rotor. So that's kind of the quick thing. Got a new one. Going to rebuild it, and this thing will be back out and running.
Unreal. Awesome. Dudes, anything you guys want to add before we wrap up with Rob here?
Sick. I think it's great to see here. You can see
Thank you, Rob. Thank you. I can't wait to see more progress on the FD, man. And I hope
thank you so much.
Goal, dude. I hope you hit that 200.5. It's gonna be sick.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Thanks for everything.
No, Rob, thank you for coming by, and thank you for doing all those scumbag moves at the burn yard. That's definitely one of the the pinnacle moments that happened out there, and I think you made a lot of people happy, and especially seeing the pure enjoyment on your face after you did it made a lot of our days that day, because we've seen this thing in the work for 6 years, and finally for it to come to life like that was definitely awesome for all of us. So thank you, dude. And for the moderators in chat, please, if you want to drop Rob's YouTube link, you guys gotta make sure you stay up to date with what Rob's doing, because the dude is a maniac, literally, with any type of tool that he can find. So Rob, thanks again for swinging by. We'll let you get back after it.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I'll see you soon.
Good chatting with you, buddy.
Man.
Oh, yeah.
Sick.
Dude, so I want to, John, I was going to ask you, so he's done 200 miles an hour, and you have that brick of a race car behind you, the Tri-5 by Fire. How is that thing on the drag strip? Because I've watched you a couple times.
If I could point to John's disappointed face at how you explained his car.
Well, I'm just saying, you're going. It's just a big box with a lot of horsepower, and everybody's talking about aerodynamics with the Countach.
There's no aerodynamics.
It's literally a brick with 4 wheels and a big supercharged engine.
Yeah, and then to get to where it's at right now, like 130 is like pretty gnarly, and it wants to sway around because it's a straight axle car and it's super light. So when it's up in the air, and if you watch the video from me racing against Ryan Anderson, I let go of the wheel to let it correct itself, and I grab it and pull it back down, and that's how I drive it while shifting. But as soon as you get down and you get off the gas, the front end settles on it, and then it does this. It's not death wobbling. It just gets on a 5-inch wide tire, and it's just, and you're just kind of going with it, and then hoping it stops.
Pure sketch box.
Oh,
yeah. And
I gotta say that episode is one of my favorite things I've ever seen on any of our content. Drag racing a monster truck is the sickest thing.
Oh, it was crazy, but it was great. But like, I can't wait to put more power in it and then relearn, and then have to put a parachute on it to stop it, because that's gonna make it really fun. Because to be honest, right now, it's running the best it's ever ran, and it's a 10-second car.
Do burnout.
Yeah, rip it burnout real quick.
I'll just like get a fog machine because you won't hear it. It's a fog machine.
And by the way, chat, we have, speaking of speed in like 200 miles an hour, our next guest is going to put us all to shame because she does well over 300 miles an hour. We still have Leah Pruett coming up here in the next 5-10 minutes. She's still working on getting her Zoom dialed in. But in the meantime, we also have to give a shout out once again, guys. We've mentioned this a handful of times. Falcon Tire. You guys, these dudes, once again, are helping putting this whole entire stream together. All these dudes here, we've been running Falcons on a bunch of our shop cars. They're a huge supporter to the community. They have all different types of tires, from the off-road dudes, which Hurt had a chance to scare the shit out of himself running with Justin Pollock, which I want to know about that, because that seemed even super sketchy from the passenger seat, all the way up to the drift cars Dan blew off, the tires he blew off, which is the RT. What were they, Dan? What tires ended up blowing off?
Oh, I'm 615K.
615As? Yeah, the Sticky Boys. So what we'll need to do, chat, what we'll need to do right now, if you haven't mods, can you link Instagram to Falcon's page? Go send a like. This is, if you guys want to support Falcon, just go like their last photo. Let's see if we can crank that bad boy over 1,000 likes. If we hit 1,000 likes,
you got to tell them exactly what to say. So you got to blow up their comment well, and it's going to say, "Hey guys, I was watching the Hoonigan live stream, and I love you guys for helping them put the live stream together. Thank you so much. Please keep doing it so we have content." You have to say that exactly. Hold up.
You did that to an episode of me, and I got DMs for like probably 3 weeks straight. Verbatim. I thought I had some kind of virus. It was fantastic.
No, yeah, I saw that because I said to go on your Instagram and say something about me and Vinny sucking, and the first one said it, and you defended us, which hit home. But it was all just a joke. They were just doing what I told them to do. So.
Yeah.
By the way, we got to give a shout out to all our moderators once again: Cactus Whack, Trekkin, Sasquatch, 741 Man, Jesse Corruptor, Jack, all you guys, thank you guys for helping us mob in the chat, keeping that nice and clean, making it a livable place. We're finally trying to make YouTube chat kind of a livable place. Before it was like, YouTube chat used to be like when you walk into a hoarder's house and there's like beer cans and shit everywhere. Now it's kind of livable. This is not a hoarder chat anymore.
Newspapers for 12 years just piled up.
Man,
yo, so real quick, Hurt, we're watching this video right now of you getting a ride along with JTP at King of the Hammers. How sketchy was that?
It was absolutely terrifying, to be completely honest with you. It's way out of my wheelhouse. I just don't do that type of stuff. And Justin has been working on this for quite some time. And he just, as if you watch the video before this one, yeah, Dan's got to figure it out. If you watch the video before this one, it's a whole bunch of, oh, that's normal. It's fine. Everything's fine. That's normal.
That was a fun day.
Yeah, and that just carried on to this one, but at like 5 times the speed. There was one point, like there are a few scary moments. One of them was Justin jamming, like right there, he's jamming. I don't know if I haven't rewatched the final edit. Obviously, I watched the version of it, but at one point he's jamming and he hits a whoop, and it sends us in the air at 80 miles an hour crossed up, and I'm just like, well, it's like slow motion. I was like, this is it. Thinking about all the cars that I'm never going to get to finish, thinking about, my baby, everything. I'm like, this is it. Thanks, Justin. It was fun being here, but he landed it, kept it going like a pro. And then there's points where you just pointed straight up or pointed straight down. And it's just like, why would you do this? What in what world compelled you to? I think you're about to see a straight down. Like, look, that guy's just, his vehicle's dead right there. And Justin's like, all right, we'll just go around you. He uses his truck. He drives over his wheel to try to go over it. It doesn't work. So he has the back out. It was just insane, man. It's a wild, wild west of a race.
And watching this, I've never ridden anything like this, but it sounds like everything's breaking everything you drive over.
Constantly. It's like at first it was all jovial and, ha ha ha, this is cool. We're just, jamming. And then we got a flat tire and my adrenaline had time to come down, changed the tire, got back in it. And then it went from like, ha 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 to, oh God. Just getting tossed around and beat up, man. But Justin held it down. That Falcon Tire Jeep Gladiator really, like, it was a knife and a gunfight, and it held its own. Justin's a savage. He's been driving for Falcon forever. It's crazy to see someone who's so good at being a professional drifter go into a
Look at that guy's upside
his.
down. You just passed the dude that was flipped.
Yeah. We were like, all right, man. The funny thing, Justin stopped, like he was down to stop and help people, but that guy specifically didn't stop to help us. That guy specifically didn't stop to help us. We were like, oh, well, we'll just keep going.
Dude.
He was out of it and fine, but
Hey, can we get some "oh buddies" in chat? Is that your go-to now when you get nervous?
Oh buddy.
Oh buddy. What is the
oh buddy?
Oh buddy's like when it's going down?
That's just what I was feeling at that moment, man. That's what I was feeling at that moment.
Let's get some "oh buddies" in chat because this is a whole different level. So, would you compare the sketchiness? Because you've driven in FD cars before around bigger tracks.
A little bit, yeah. Yeah.
How would you compare the two? Obviously, this is super sketchy, and like running a track like Arundel's also sketchy. So going 80 to 100 miles an hour on pavement is completely different than going 80 to 100 miles an hour on dirt and rocks. It's scary, okay? Like it doesn't feel right. Nothing about it feels right. Yeah. How did your back and kidneys feel after that? It was like a turd scrambler.
Dude, the next day I felt like I got hit by a bus, man.
I was beat. Turd scramble?
A turd scrambler, yeah. A turd scrambler, yeah. That's when you flip a couple. That's an old school sprint car term.
Corey, show me what your turd scrambling looks like. Like when your turd's getting.
That's when you turd scramble. When you flip 2 or 3 times, yeah, you're gonna be feeling it the next day.
You do circle track stuff, or you used to, or what?
I've never competed, but I had a chance to go out there and do a few test days prior to some big events. As I would say, like looking at what you guys did here and what some sprint car racing stuff is, I would have to say those are the 2 most sketchiest forms of motorsports. Any long-term off-road, like Zach, you've done Baja stuff. That's another level of sketch as well.
Man. Oh, hey, we got Leah.
Speaking of sketchy stuff.
Sketchy, yeah.
Leah Pruett in the house, ladies and gentlemen.
What up, Leah?
Oh, we're connected. I like it.
Yeah. Holy cow. Leah, we were just sitting here a minute ago bragging about how some of us done 200 miles an hour and how cool we are, but you crush us. So we
You're not worthy.
Yeah, we're not worthy.
You're not worthy.
Currently, I'm going a rapid rate of 0, but squared.
How you doing today, Leah?
I'm doing good. The reason for the pushback a little bit is we just got done with a razor ride. So
Okay. Hey, you gotta, stretch them legs.
get in where we can get in. So I'm home. I'm in Lake Havasu. So I'm where I think people say be a good spot to be for a little while.
Mhm.
Warm.
Just living on the lake.
Yeah, I'm like 4 minutes or so from it, but I did take the boat out this week. Actually, I have the boat. It needs an oil change, but it's right there.
Yeah.
Hey, you're gonna have to take us out for a rip when we're allowed to go places.
Yeah.
I will say there's quite a few smart individuals out there. They're keeping their social distancing from a mere, 300 yards away. They are going, I saw a guy yesterday going 150. So like he's got us all beat right now.
Yeah.
Dang.
No laws on the water right now.
That's too. See, that's what you were saying. Hurt. It's scary on the dirt. That's even scarier on the water.
Yeah, I can't imagine going 100 plus on water.
You guys can do all that. That's like roll cage or nothing.
Yeah,
So-
100%.
There was a video, speaking of drag boat racing going fast, there was an old school video that I remember, and it was like Eddie Hill in an old school drag boat, and the dude gets sucked out of the top at like 160 miles an hour. And I'm like, that's when I figured I'm good not going in a boat over 100 miles an hour. When he could just suck you out the top. Ejectocito, cuz.
You can actually, given this last Sunday we went out, you can have ejecto seat not from the top but from the front. Case in point, let's just say that you're going from Lake Havasu to Topak, right? Do you guys know where that is?
I know
Yeah.
Tupac.
It's the north part of the lake, and so it's very shallow. Like, I mean, we're talking like 2 feet. And when you've got an inboard prop, 2 feet of water isn't exactly where you want to be. So they have danger signs. Go left, go right. It doesn't say which way because the current always changes. So I'm with a small group of people, less than 10, and we're coming back, and I'm like left or right. I've never don't know this situation. They say right. I say I go right. I'm like, I see this thing drop from like my depth finder from 17 feet to 10 to 8. And I start rolling out of the throttle. And I was like, I don't think this is going to be going good because I'm not going to plane over this. And then it went to 1. And then it went to stop. My poor dog. Fendi, come here. Say hi to come here. Poor Fender's here. Took a sweet little nosedive to the front of the boat. Stopped herself for sure, but like that's how you could Eddie Hill it. And luckily it was all sand. And I've paddled a boat for 2 miles, but I've never lifted a boat drug it out. Yeah.
Isn't with like Lake Havasu, you guys have like a bunch of sandbars out there? Is that what it is, or?
That it is. Yeah. Apparently it used to be the place to like party for all that. I'm not sure. I try and go around them.
Yeah.
Not through them, but earlier today, I saw you were on the gummy bear train.
Yeah. I popped those bad boys back up.
Were those fiber gummy bears or were they just normal?
They're gourmet.
Okay.
I only use gourmet gummy bears.
Yeah.
Sounds-
Get that fiber
So
up.
we had a slight update today of our schedule.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Don't know if any of you guys saw that.
No. Drop it on us.
So just a couple hours ago, NHRA had dropped clearly tentatively, but it's nice that we have a direction. We have gone from what was a 24 race series to a 19 race series.
Okay.
So they had to cancel off 5 events, and we will continue to race June, the first weekend of June. And
That's cool.
Okay.
Yep.
That's good. Things are looking up. I got to stop the stream real quick. I just realized Leah came onto the show, and we just kind of started talking to her. We didn't give you a proper introduction. So Zach, you want to go ahead and drop some heat
Man, all right. So I appreciate that I get the honor to introduce Leah. She's definitely the baddest mofo of our entire crew.
Mm-hmm.
I think like her and Ryan Anderson are like the pinnacle of what you could hope to achieve in automotive.
It's a nice way to call them psychos.
Leah, top fuel, 300 plus mile an hour in 1,000 feet driving. Just the baddest bee on the planet, been on fire, faster than all of you, much faster than us. And
it's amazing what she does.
We're happy to have her. So Top Fuel, just absolute beast.
Shredder.
Can we bring up a video? Can we bring up a video of Leah doing her thing?
Hurt, can you get one queued up, Hurt?
Yeah.
You got some on deck?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah. Thanks, Zach.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it's funny sometimes people are like, you're Top Fuel. I'm like, yes, I'm a Top Fuel dragster, not a human. I'm all right. I'm a Top Fuel car.
You stopped existing to be a human when you broke 3 seconds.
All right, Leah, feel free. So this is one of the first times I ever hung out with Leah. She invited me behind the scenes to see what it takes to go from being the human we all know as Leah to the Top Fuel drag racer who decimates all. So this is one of the most fun videos I got to shoot and edit myself. And I think Leah had a great time here too. So feel free to narrate as we go through this and talk about everything that's going on.
Sure thing. So what we have here is my right hand. Starting the sequence, we're in Phoenix. It is the very first test session of the entire season, not too long ago, of a previous season. And you can't tell by the jitters here, but like we're preparing for the first race. And this is also Hoonigan's. Oh, spot Larry Chen right there getting those good films.
Always.
So my crew's suiting me up right there. I've got full underbody armor, fireproof suit, gloves, get a dab to each one of my guys, purely standard. The car won't run without that. Jumping right in, and then you've got one individual that puts together our 7-point seat harness. I can't buckle myself in, kind of like a kid. Like
Such a tight fit.
It's super tight fit. I mean, if you're gonna go 330 miles an hour. So there's a fresh air that gets plugged in, get the photos, got ignition. Right there you've got oxygen being turned on, our CO2 radio check right there, making sure we can all talk to each other. So parachutes, those pins, everything's purely mechanical right there. Shows me that they're out. I know that I'm live to drive. Right there he had just pulled out what would be my fire suppression. And right now I'm practicing with my throttle. So one, I'm telling my guy actually how to practice with me. I'm like, 1 finger means stage, 2 means I get to go. So blades come up. At this moment, I'm going to practice probably 3 times right there. My car chief, Scott, he's looking at the blades and he's like, I don't think they're quite right. Let's do that again. So
hey,
not on me.
Hurt, can you pause, Leah? Sorry, Hurt. Can you
both.
pause the video real quick, Hurt?
Yeah.
You just dropped so much information. I want to break
I know.
that down, Leah. You just threw it on us
She's
heavy. I'm like, I'm ready to drive a Top Fuel car, I think, right now. I'm ready. Suit me up. I want to stop a couple key points. You said turn on oxygen. What do you mean turn on oxygen?
Well, it's fresh air. I mean, I like to pretend to go to NASA sometimes, but it's a fresh air straight to my helmet, so that depending on the weather conditions, whether it's hot as balls and it's 110 out, or it's freezing, I don't want my visor to fog up. So it goes straight into the inlets inside my impact helmet. It helps clear out for any fogging situations, so I can see where I'm going for a very small amount of time.
Yeah, someone in chat said Leah talks at 330 miles an hour.
Dude. And the only reason I thought oxygen is because the capsule's not airtight. It's purely there for aerodynamics, right? So the oxygen is not to pressurize this rocket ship that you're in, or is it just purely for the helmet?
It is not. That's purely for the helmet. So actually, contrary to belief, is the canopy, as most dragsters actually don't have them. The DSR dragsters do. Some of John Force racing cars do. A couple others. It's for safety. So that's to keep anything out from coming in. And basically, you would think, see the little lip on the top by the guy wearing the gloves?
Yep. Oh, right there. Yep.
That little lip right there. Yep. That's to eliminate any aerodynamic advantage, actually, because people thought, wow, they got this canopy on. They know something we don't. The air's going to come over the top of the canopy, go straight into the injector blade. It's going to be an advantage, right? So that little pop-up lip is to help the air actually go over and maintain parity for the other cars that don't have said canopy.
Wow.
So now, the Flying Hawaiian. Okay, Scott with the glasses on, my car chief. I've got brothers on my team. He if you guys ever hear him say any words, let me know. I don't think he speaks that much.
Now that I think about it, I don't think I heard him say words this day.
So what he's doing right there is something we'd actually do in the pit usually. But again, first test of the season, a lot of new crew guys together. And so he sees that the injector blades aren't exactly where they need to be when it's WAP. So, but he's checking right there and he's able to adjust it right there on the right arm to be able to get wide open before we hit the throttle.
Now, my question for you is, that looked like just a little amount. I didn't even notice that unless you pointed out. How big of a difference would you say that would be in overall power gain by making that small adjustment to the butterflies? That's game changing, right?
Well, no, that's absolutely game changing. So there's two ways, there's two portions of it too. So the throttle blade position of where the start position is at, which is then where the idle position is at. So how much room you have, which also up for debate of how you check that. Some might check it with feeler gauges. Some might check it by maybe just an end of a wrench. Maybe, I don't know, maybe if they want to use a Hoonigan zip tie. Either way, whatever their field of measurement is. So your starting position for your idle is there, but then you absolutely do want to be completely wide open, and you don't, right? Anything less is less air, anything more is less air coming in on the bottom side. So everything is, what I love about this is the respect I have for the guys of how crucial every single adjustment of the car is. I always say, I can never make a car go any quicker or faster, but I can surely mess it up. And so my job is to just not mess up. That's I think that should be my title on there. So
you make it look easy. That's for sure.
Two other things that I want to point out. One, the Dahm, the bumps. I've been by you in the pits doing those bumps. Yo, that would put me on my ass. If I took one of those bumps,
I did.
John, you took one?
Dude, she hit me. I was like, oh, okay. And Andrew
let's run that back real quick.
Hold on. Let's watch this wind up.
Let's run the pow, pow,
poof,
pow.
poof. How are their hands still together? Your crew has smashed hands.
At Pomona, she was loading them up and letting them fly. And I got the first one. She glanced at me. I'm like, okay, it wasn't that bad. The next time she came up in the line and hit my hand, I was like, yeah, she's not playing around because you're getting focused to get
Leah's strong.
That's when you turn around and you kind of cup it and not have
Leah picked me up when I was at my heaviest. I was borderline 300 pounds, and she just scooped me right up.
It's a telltale sign, I think, of the adrenaline. Now, given not all of us drivers drive the same. I mean, whether from drift, NASCAR, drag racing, some of the best drivers out there are very calm and cool, collective. I don't know. I think they listen to classical music in the tow vehicle. That's when they perform their best. I've been racing for 22 years and professionally racing for almost 6, where I need to have a high level of energy, and that clearly isn't difficult for me to get. I'm excited about what I'm about to do. There are people ask all the time, right? Are you nervous before getting in and about driving this car? Excited about what I'm about to do, but I do get nervous about making sure that I've got the exact amount of timing with my clutch in and out neutral, my exact staging procedure, down to centimeters. And everything is adaptive because every time I get in the car, it's not exactly the same. The stall might be different. The roll might be different. Idle's different. Speed backing up. Last year, we changed from what would be backing up at about 23 miles an hour or so to I was reaching about 35 miles an hour in reverse. Straight. Oh, here we go.
That was good.
Look at who effortlessly her taking a full pull. So she lifted up how much did you weigh at that point?
Just under 300 pounds.
So you were 300 pounds, 12 ounces as you got lifted up right there.
I think I paintballing that day, so I was ready to. Look at the face, yeah. I could go for a Paps.
So the other Hurt actually stopped it at the perfect time because I want to ask you. You were mentioning about getting nervous. At what point do you get butterflies if the butterflies actually start kicking? You're like, yo, I'm strapped in this thing. When does that moment kick in? And like, what do you go through mentally as you roll up to the line?
So I try and curve as many butterflies as possible, but they definitely come in I'll say it's right before we start up. So it's right before, and I can't see any of my crew. And so all I see is hand signals. Like someone's hand signals will pop right in front of my face. And the first thing that I'll see is turn ignition off and, power off, computer off, which for us vibrating So we've been through this before where, vibrating things go down. Well, down is off. You have to abort a run if that happens. So anyway, once we clear out the motor and there's no fuel in the heads, it's kind of like this waiting period. Like, is the other car ready? We're ready. You ready? You ready? We're good to go. Then my crew chief, he pops down, crouches down, hidden tiger dragon, looks inside to me, and he says, okay. He says like one of three things. We're either gonna smoke the tires, we're gonna go straight to the top, or we're gonna run about a 368, 370. So he gives me a parameter of about what to feel for. Or if we have something new and trick on the car, like we've got this new Freshie blower on, it's our favorite. Don't mess this up. That means anything feels wrong. Don't try and save this run. If it's not perfect, just lift. So getting that very last bit of information before I head down the track, I gauge off of his confidence. And one of the funniest things ever is sometimes he'll be like, I don't know, just send it. That's one. Okay, we're going to hit it. So usually we're always gunning for the top, clearly, but it's all strategy, right? We get 4 qualifying attempts, 2 on Friday, 2 on Saturday. And depending on where we're at, where we're positioned, what the track's like is how you drive differently. So anyway, my butterflies come in when we get in a situation where, maybe we're not qualified as well as we want to. And it doesn't matter how I hit the tree. That's not on my mind. It's about doing the right job. And then I don't think I feel my stomach. And I don't think I gasp a breath of air from the time I start staging the car till I turn off the track. So I always wondered, I'm like, why are these people out of breath when they get at the end of the track? It was only 4 seconds. And I just think we're so retarded. We just don't breathe.
I don't know how you would, honestly. I guess that's a science that we'll never guess. So Hurt, let's cue it. Leah, if you find a stopping point in the video that you want to highlight, please just shoot out the cue, but let's
does my volume affect the video volume? Like, should I have it all the way up or what?
No, you're fine. Just go ahead and send it off. You're good.
There's a Flying Hawaiian doing the check. A little adjustment.
Yep, there we go. And then, see that was a perfect. This is okay. All right, so the canopy always goes down to make the turn. So that's as camera views off my chin, rolling through the water and back getting squared up. One of my least favorite things is when we have a 90-degree racetrack like that, staging lanes you got to make a hard left. It's like driving a 18-wheeler. So starter gets put on top of the blower, turning it over right there, clearing it out, making sure that yep, there he is, reaching down in there. I'm sure right there he's like, oh, just send it. Let's make a full pull. That's gasoline right there, getting primed up. And we are started at this moment. It has been started. I'm on the brake. He's checking idle. Canopy gets shut, gets locked down. I made sure that it was locked. And the push patrol is what I call them. Push, push, push in through the water. They turn away because they don't want to get blasted with whatever is on the tires. Rev it up to about 6,300 RPM. I try not to hit Cody, who was right there in front of me. We've done a successful job of that. They have their own fist dumps, pabs, whatever.
Real quick on the burnout, Leah, do you have a butterfly stop so you can't go full throttle?
I do, yes.
Okay.
So it's a mechanical feature that's right there on the throttle cable, and that's been set back in the pit, and that usually varies for exactly what we want to do. And how much water you have on the tires makes a huge difference. And right, it's not about how much water you roll through, it's about how far you roll after that water. So that, again, hand signals are key. My crew chief watches the back tire, he raises his hand, signals the guy that's standing straight in front of me, and he walks out of the way. Depending on what track we're at, we have our own hand signals. Like when we're in Texas, like he'll give me like a shooting sign. When we're in Topeka, Kansas, he'll like tornado it up. So we try and keep it a little fun, even like in super serious moments. So I'm backing up. Clearly, I don't have a backup camera. So I go off of hand signals in front of me. And I'd like to really point out here to everybody that this is a single pass, okay? I am in the right lane. Hurt, you know where I'm going.
Oh, yeah.
So there should not be any vehicle, any car, anybody in the left lane at any moment in time. And we stage by pretty much laser beams that go from the side of the track to the box in the middle. My wheels are what trips the beam in my lane. We could probably roll some more. Watch as I'm backing up here.
These guys are nuts, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
This was before the Hoonigan scrub tired gloves. So what they're doing is taking off all of the rubber that was in the air. This happens much more. Fuel 100% on. I step out of the clutch. Let's look. I am pre-staged right now, thinking I'm the only one. I'm the only one, and I'm fully. Oh, did we miss it? Must have been the other one. Well, at some point in time, Hurt decided to foot race me in the other lane.
Oh, my dude.
Listen, I was in the zone trying to get the videos, okay? But let's appreciate this hit, all right? Let's focus on the prize here, all right?
Okay, so let's talk about the instruments real quick. So what we're seeing in front of me is idling 2,500 RPM.
Yep.
Here, we'll get back to him. All right.
Scrubbing those tires. Let's see. Maybe Hertz already walked through at this point. He might have. I think we're in the clear. So,
dude.
Okay, all right. So you see the white at the bottom white little, what looks like a little pin outside the instruments.
Okay. Yep.
To the left.
Yep.
To the left. I couldn't. Nope. Yep. Right there. I couldn't reach my ignition and computer switches in this particular car. First test session, right? They're like, what do we got? So we took apart some like Bic pens or whatever, cut them off, and that's the inside.
Science.
Pen.
Top fuel science.
It's real race car stuff.
Really secret
Just
stuff.
Yeah, you're locked in your T-Rex arms trying to hit the switches.
Secret villain, I'm down, by the way.
This is okay, so we have the top left button that reads 94. That is that's my ticker timer. So 94 seconds. Even though this video looked like it was not that long from the time we fired up and I rolled through the box, burned out, backed up, it's already been 94 seconds. So fuel is a huge key component at the rate of speed that we burn it. And so I like to be at this point between 95 and 105 seconds to when I launch. And below that, well, that's clutch pressured at 141. There's nothing I can do about that, except if it's low, I can get on the radio. Then they would go in front of the car, open up the body box, and bump our clutch charger and bump it up. So that's me keeping an eye on the telemetry in case something goes wrong. And then the one below that, 96, that's our fuel poundage. So that's before I turn the fuel all the way on. Yep, right there. So I'd trim that at some point. And then it's hard to see on this screen right here, but we've got our idle. We've got our gallons that we're pumping right now. And then I'm no longer going to look at that once I'm staging.
Okay, so no oil pressure, no 94 seconds is basically, since there is no like coolant system on this, maybe the nitro's your only cooling system, is that right?
That is correct.
Okay.
We have zero coolant system.
Okay. So is the time relative to temperature as well, or is it just purely based off fuel availability?
That's purely for fuel consumption.
Okay.
So that we can have enough to get to the finish line. And so nitromethane is the heaviest fuel at 9.6, 9.7 pounds a gallon. So we use that. The tank is in the front of the car, and we use that for ballast. So if you're up there messing around or someone's holding you out for an extra 10 seconds, maybe 20 seconds, you've now burned at least a gallon of fuel, if not a gallon and a half, that you need down there so you don't lean out and blow up. Also, for when you launch the car, that you keep the front end down and you have the weight proper transfer for traction. So that little, like, I used to have a digital clock that I would read all the time, and it would mess me up because I only know how to count seconds.
Hurt, how much fuel did you consume? What was your ticker at when you took off, when you left the line, Hurt?
69.
Oh, yeah, for sure. You're just over a minute.
Yeah. All right, let's wrap this video.
Let's go.
We got a minute left in this bad boy.
Let's go.
All appreciate this hit. Okay. Did you already tell us the G's?
Nah.
I did not.
Because I remember you telling me it's not actually as harsh as it is launching as it is like 300 feet down the way.
That is correct. So the initial hit of the throttle is about 4.5 G's. And like that will definitely take the breath out of you. And what it does is some people think that it will push you back and down. It does not. It pushes you back and up. So it wants to bring you up into the seat. So 4.5, that is a lot. I weigh 140 pounds. But by the time you get to about 330 feet, which is between 330 and 450 feet, that's when the clutch starts to lock up to the motor. And that's when you accelerate into the most amount of G-forces that I've hit is 6.4 at that particular moment. And we're talking that's about 2.1 seconds. So a hit of 4, a hit of 6 plus, and then it sounds weird, right? You're still accelerating, but you're no longer carrying those G's. So if you were to have a graph, and here's your launch up at 4 G's, climbing into 6, now you're at the half track mark at 660 feet. And then as you're reaching your 1,000-foot mark, your G-forces are actually falling off. So up to a mere, you're now down back into the 3 range. Once you hit your chutes, lift off the gas, you plummet straight down into -4. So you can have a swing of 6, -4, 10, maybe sometimes 11 negative G-forces in a matter of a second, 2 seconds.
How do you prepare for that?
It's just a lot of
watch the video.
Oh, yeah? So I'm good then. I'm ready to go? Yeah, no thank you. Okay, you can't fool me.
Let's watch this, man. Let's watch it. How hard this thing takes off.
There's my foot, very abrupt. Bumping into my right hand, which is the brake. See the yellow hit the gas. There's a little bit of steering input coming up, release. And I don't know if you could see, but the clocks you could see up there. So looks nice and straight. Butterflies are out. So those 2 boards are at the quarter-mile mark. So we only raced the 13:20. If I'm really good and I hit the finish line, I'll look up and try and see what the heck I ran. So I knew that was good, and I'm pumped. I'm asking my guys right there what we ran. I think that was a 65, 64. Oh, look, Jimmy, just a smirker. One thing that a lot of people don't know is that the most hurtful part, though there's only one really, is if we kick a belt or we blow an engine at that halfway mark, which is very kind of uneventful. You blow a belt like, oh, the car slowed down. That's at that high rate of acceleration. So you're at that 6-point-something G's straight down, and that's in about 0.04 of a second. You're gonna have -6, 7 G's, and that's when you're tight. You've got your helmet, but your brain, there's nothing that stops your absolute brain. So your brain hits the front of your skull, and that's why all of the things right before I dab all my guys is like, it's kind of like a thank you, like, thanks for keeping me safe. We're going to go to battle, go to war. And when everything's perfect, it's fine. But when things do go bad, we're in the best case scenario possible, I think, with the canopy.
So I had some, I found this video of you, and, if we can't show it, rock and roll, but it's at Pomona, and you catch on.
What is going on?
Okay, do you need help?
Yeah, blink your eyes.
Yeah. Are you in danger?
He's got the new gear on. That's the Hoon cream cap. Yeah. I think you just want
hair. But not.
Here in Havasu, we have a very weird crime policy. It's my dog sitter, so when I'm out of town, I like her to be entertained.
Awesome.
Okay. Anyway, I lost my train of thought there.
Video.
So I found a video. It's you at Pomona, basically blowing up and catching on fire. Is that something that we could show? And would you mind walking us through what the oh shit moment is like?
Sure. Yeah. No, let's bring it. That must have been from 2018, Pomona 1, maybe? I'll let you know.
Yeah, it's from a while back. Let's do this. I gotta go share screen here.
So the crazy thing about those could be so many different things. And that's when it goes back to, okay, we are in 2017. I'm going to point out here real quick, I'm not with Schumacher Racing. This is before them. So we're here, and we've got a fuel issue. I'm out of the throttle there. So that is what we'd call probably windowing the block at some point. Probably burnt a head, and
Optimize your screens.
Yeah.
Oh, am I not optimized? I'm optimized here.
Oh.
That was 4 frames.
Probably older video.
This particular car and team at that moment, we struggled hard with fuel issues, like fuel delivery issues. We were changing between fuel systems, what would be like a traditional fuel system to an L valve, and as soon as right there's oil all over that right tire. So when I made that hard move, I don't know what's happening behind me. I did get my collar at some point during that had got singed. Fire had come in.
Oh, wow.
Difficult to see there, but going straight along, and then boom, that's where the reaction times play a key role. So besides leaving the line, if you can imagine how much real estate is covered, there's half track, there's the finish line, out of the throttle, it moves you over. So the way you drive the car when it has 18,000 pounds of downforce from that rear wing is much different than how you drive the car when you let out of the throttle or when it wants to blow up for you. So that's a case of I'm steering, going straight, boom, I feel that, going right. And as soon as I lift out, it actually would want to take me more right and exaggerate what I was just doing because I no longer have that downforce. So in the car, I'm actually steering right to get away from the finish or from the center line. And you can't see it there, but I'm actually almost locked going left so that it doesn't shoot me into the wall.
So did you win that race on fire?
Yeah, we were ahead right there.
Ooh, it didn't cross that center line.
So Ricky Bobby wins all types of races on fire.
You want to clarify what team you're with now?
Oh,
look at that.
That was a very expensive beginning. There, you see the debris floating up into space. Those are just souvenirs for the fans at that point.
Yeah, something you definitely don't want to catch.
Yeah.
No, and unfortunately, things like that's what results in an oil down. The track does. NHRA does a great job going and cleaning it up, expediting it, giving us a very fat piece of paper to sign that we have to pay a very large fine for.
How much is that?
$10,000.
Oh, no wonder they kept telling me, if your car's gonna leak oil, tell us right now because you won't run. I'm like, no, I'm good. We put a beach towel underneath it. We're good. And
Do you have a crystal ball? Do you have your own crystal ball? Like if we all had that, like, no, we're fine. We're not gonna oil this down.
Wow.
I have another question. So I came across this video and it looks ridiculously insane, but have you ever run in the rain? So
you came across a video or someone's question?
No, I wanted to ask this question because I came across this video. Here, I'll share it right now. And
what? Okay.
What is happening?
So here
That's
we
all.
go. We're full screen. Let me make sure that I'm optimized for this one here.
Doesn't seem very smart.
Oh, damn it.
That
What just happened?
I didn't even see.
I lost it. There we go. All right.
Hey,
That is,
unmute it.
Can you guys hear that?
Yep.
just bringing them in. Yep.
yeah, you're good. Wipe your visor down, bud.
You want to get real close to the beams there so you get a good time.
Yeah, this is
That
ridiculous.
is gnarly.
Are those special rain tires? No.
Those are the all-terrain, all-weather.
Yo, what is he
No.
doing?
He's pedaling it out.
He's like one of
No
those.
way.
Oh,
He's like one of those dudes. Like, goddamn, the van showed up. We're putting on a show, rain or shine. I don't care. Fire the girl up. We're running.
So they just did that for fun, huh?
I am.
Yes. I'm glad you brought that up because a lot of people think we can, and now I can no longer say no.
But realistically, the amount of the volume
for
of
those
air.
watching, no, we cannot. That was a
I was gonna say, for the volume of air those intakes suck in running in the rain, I can't imagine how much
Yeah,
water
right?
that thing is actually taking in with how much vacuum those intakes have.
Does not make
That does not seem like a good idea all the way around. Cool
I
for
was
sketchiness.
looking up. So nitromethane can actually exist in you can burn it in really, really, really low oxygen environments. It actually generates 2.3 times the power of gasoline at any level of oxygen.
well. That was there a question?
No.
No, okay. Well,
Fun fact.
I think that's because it's a detonating fuel. So it doesn't need the same amount of oxygen as other fuels because once you put it in the combustion and you light it and you get all that time and you detonate, then that's where we get our power. So no on the rain tires. No, I have not done that. Yes, I'm going to see if we can come up with something like that. But that's a ton of balls. I need to look up who that was. Because they could, I've seen it happen without rain where a car smokes the tires without rain and flips an entire 180 on the track. So it could be very serious situations. So that guy, he's probably got some Tony Stewart throttle modulation to keep that thing down there.
So
It's
question.
dumping rain there too. It is there's so much standing water on the track.
I'm sure he had very low air pressure.
So here's a random question on that too. Is there a rev limiter on these things at all? Because if you over rev the engine, would that cause it to shoot a rod out the bottom, or do you guys have a limiter set?
No, we definitely have a limiter. We definitely have a limiter set, and NHRA puts in parameters of how soon we have to hit that limiter. So we can make it,
Ooh.
yes, to keep us down. Given all of the technology and engineering, these cars should essentially be able to go 350 miles an hour, but we keep getting cut down. So rev limiter wise, which is different than funny cars,
Wow.
there's a set sooner in the track than ours. So we're at 88. Oh, I've got debris falling on my computer.
So-
8,800, and you're not going to top out at it. it just takes you, so as soon as I hit the throttle, I'm not going to say exactly which one it is, but we're in the 86 to 8,700 RPM range of the hit of the throttle. And then you have motor revs up, and then you have your knockdown timing, and then it comes back up, and then that's when you hit technically your rev limiter, but it doesn't pop out that hit. Oh my God.
Is that a Leah project? Oh, that's the best pop socket I've ever seen.
Okay, so I'm not gonna get Jesus.
Look how happy he is in the TV reflection.
Yeah.
So are they limiting you guys? Are they limiting you guys for your safety or because of something else?
I'd say it's a threefold. Our safety for speed. They don't want us going over, and I say they, I mean just in general, really over 336, 37. I mean, a dragster's been 338 miles an hour, but nothing over 340 because Goodyear is the only tire that makes a compound for those speeds. And so if they're good to 340, I personally don't want to go over 340 if we don't have the base to do it. Right. So to keep us safe. Also, we can get quicker and faster. Racetracks don't get longer. So we can get to our finish line sooner, but the stopping, real estate isn't going to get any farther. So that, for those that don't know of why we went from a quarter mile, 1320 racetrack to 1,000 feet was purely for safety and for the number of tracks that have a shorter shutdown.
Right.
So many variables there. You can go through so many variables. I think a lot of people don't realize. And from what you're mentioning, the whole clutch, the timing, how much time before you actually do the run, the air, for anybody that has this crazy misconception, drag racing is easy. I took my old my Pontiac Aztec down the drag strip and I ran a 16. It's cake. All you do is punch. There's a lot of moving parts, and that's why you have a team of how many people working on your car through the weekend?
So I typically have 8 full-time crew members and 2 crew chiefs. So that's a team of 10 plus me is 11. I've had a very eclectic season so far. I had 2. Okay, just to keep things real, right? I lost 2 of my guys to the dark side, to John Force Racing. They made the switch over there for their own reasons. Elevation in their career, which is awesome. We actually ran them 3 times in qualifying in Pomona, and it was awesome. We just wanted to be better than them. They wanted to be better than us. But then we go to start testing, and one of my guys had open heart surgery. So we started the season down, scrambling for 2 new guys, 1 veteran. Now he's down, so now we're down 3. And this is the time where this is after Christmas. Everybody is settled into their jobs. Oh. Sorry, guys.
All good.
So we took actually people that work inside the DSR shop in DSM that had worked on cars before, like Tony Schumacher's Army car. Took my factory stock main crew guy, because we weren't running factory stock until March. Took him from inside, be quiet, inside the shop, put him on the road, gave him double duty. So the guys that drive the rigs to the track are the ones that set it up, put the awnings up, work on the car. The ones that are on the line, turn everything around, tear everything down, get to the next race or back to the shop and service everything too. So when we say I drive the car and I work on it and I fuel it, but they are the ones head to toe that make every single portion of that car go down the track safely and fast.
Yeah. And the whole props to the entire team, because we see what you guys go through. But it just goes to show so much happens in 3.5 seconds, from shit blowing up to coming back, fixing it. And in between runs, you guys don't have very much time. And we've seen you change blowers, rebuild motors.
That's a story of Corey's life, 3.5 seconds.
Dude, I live that. Not very often, but when I do.
Let's get one more video review.
Yeah. This is Leah.
Yeah.
You're really jacking up my mind today. Like you're. I have so many questions for you right now, just with the little bit that you've dropped. But let's hit some more videos. Oh! Heard the swoly poly right there.
The swollen poly.
Heard that. Did that feel like a solid 140, or did that feel lighter? Was that cake? You just knocked out a 20 set today.
That was after hanging out with Leah one time. I felt like we became best friends like that. It was.
It was a good. I think he was just getting back for the
yeah, I had to let her know. Hey, I could lift you too. All right.
So wait, do we have a fitness battle between me two? We have Leah lifting you up. You're a bit. Where does this fitness competition go next?
I think we're both alphas. So when we just get around each other, we just start doing alpha stuff. You know.
Remember, she raced you on foot too.
Yeah, we did. It's just alpha stuff.
I will, and you beat me. You beat me on foot too.
Hey, I'm faster than I look. All right, people in the chat, you see this mass. It's also built for speed. Okay, just not in a top fuel drag race vehicle. No.
Is that my internet?
Can't do that.
Dude, that's
I got a question.
What you got?
Oh my. So does that 10 for 10 thing, does that apply like only on social media, or is that something that like I could call?
We did 20 push-ups.
Are you going to crank out a 10 right now, Leah?
We did 20 push-ups earlier. We can crank another 10. That ain't no problem.
Nope, I was just asking. Just, asking for a friend if it applied here.
What I've been doing, Leah, is I've just been watching them and complimenting on how well they. Oh, are you going to throw down a 10 squat right now?
Let's go.
Oh, he's out of view.
He's still out of view, but there's a motion.
Look at that little pop up. I only counted 2 so far. We're gonna run a 2-pack on her right now.
There it is.
Boom.
Where's your 10 at? Let's go.
Is that a
Leah,
full? Okay.
Do another 10.
Here we go. We're gonna throw down a 10. 10 for 10.
No.
Oh, she moved.
Leah, here we go.
Well, I don't. Okay. Okay. Shoot.
All right, here we go. Solid 10-pack.
You
Here we
asked
go.
for this.
Chat, let's count this. Chat, you're gonna count this. Boom. Form. Top notch. Going down till the shoulder straps touch. That's perfect. Look at that.
If you're watching this in chat, you better drop your 10 too. Dan, John, Corey, where's your 10?
Yeah, let's see him.
Yeah.
I have a big old screen behind me that I won't have to move, but I'm gonna crank 10 off this afternoon.
Ooh. Yeah, crank
Hey,
10.
never, no spamming.
Oh my goodness.
How you feeling, Leah? You feeling the pump now?
I am a little bit. My dog sitter is making another cameo.
Yo,
This is the day of life, Leah. Let us know when you're ready for us to move in.
oh boy's got some.
Like what's happening is I'm being called to go on a.
Well, Leah, it's been wonderful having you on the live stream today. Thank you for making time for us. It's been a lot of fun. It's always fun hanging out and talking with you. What you do is absolutely impressive. It's insane. Top Fuel drag racing is no joke.
No, and I think there's still a lot more to the story too, just with the whole mechanical side, and I have so many questions that this can continue to live on. Hopefully we'll get you back on in the next few weeks, because I'm sure once you get the season rolling, we got to start chopping it up about that, or maybe even come out to one of the events or tests or anything that you have left. Please, we'd love to come out there and document it anyway.
I would love that. Andrew came out to our preseason test this year in Vegas, got a lot of cool videos. Now, of course, besides us not running right now, we don't get to test very often, but we were planning another test in Vegas for something that we've been working on for a couple months to finally try and then put into this season. That would get us, I've only been 334 miles an hour. This thing that we're trying should probably knock us up to where Brittany's at about 338 and get us that mile an hour, which of course is going to get us that speed. So I haven't been this excited probably since the 2018 season where we won 7 events. So like, I'm telling you, when we get back on the track, it's going to like, our world's going to change upside down for the better. And like, we're going to have our hot rod back and we're 4th in points right now, and like this year is definitely our championship year. So we had a Hoonigan championship in factory stock in 2018. We'll have a fuel championship in 2020. So thank you guys for being on board with us and always supporting us. So I appreciate that, and everybody watching too.
Everybody watching, you better be rooting for Leah.
Let's get some hip hips in chat for Leah because she's a fucking champ.
Anytime she wins, she's actually giving you guys discounts on product. So you better watch her races and give her all the positive energy.
Hell yeah.
I appreciate that.
Well, Leah, hopefully we'll be catching you soon. Good luck. I'm sure we'll be catching up with you here shortly. But enjoy the dog walk. Enjoy the rest of the day. We'll see you soon.
Stay out of trouble.
Thank you, Leah.
I appreciate that. See you guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Man, you are slow.
She's a monster, dude.
Yeah.
Dude,
What is her excitement though? Like she does the most exciting thing for her day gig. So like, what can get like that's crazy.
yo, chat.
Serious thing.
At all times. There's just so much adrenaline. Like the whole day built up for me would be so scary up until that point. Because, you know, you get a little bit of butterflies doing almost anything sports related. But that is like, man, that's insane.
Dude, I have so many questions. Like, I'm ready to geek out on some of the stuff she was talking about. And, like, I wanted to ask her the anatomy of a burnout. Because she does a burnout, like, for a specific reason. We do burnouts because we're just dudes.
Scumbags.
Hey.
Hold on.
We do burnouts for very specific reasons. Okay? And everybody's got their own, their tune, their style, their song.
There is. She does them to go 339 miles an hour. We do them we have our reasons. But there's like, for me, if I was asking, is like, do you do burnout until you feel something hook up? Do you do a burnout for a certain, is it time? Is it, because if you remember back in the day, for all you NHR nerd heads, John Force used to do literally full course burnouts and back it up and do it again. It's like, that doesn't exist anymore. And why? Like, is it
probably because of him?
You know, there was so like the anatomy of a burnout. I don't know. She's such a, after that, my brain is just oozing on both my ears and my nose right now.
Yeah, no,
You know
seeing Top Fuel in real, like in person, is absolutely insane. Feeling those cars launch and just punch you right in the chest it's just insane, man. The shockwave.
You can feel them from the parking lot.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's just like, it's literally Dragon Ball Z fight scene in a vehicle. Just pew 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 pew. It's crazy.
My favorite thing to take someone who's never gone before and let them go sit up in the stands or whatever. And the first time a Top Fuel car hits, they jump and freak out. They think something just exploded. But
it's nuts, man. It's nuts.
Hey, so real quick, I want to show you guys something too. And I know we're talking about high performance cars right now. We're talking about speed, agility, top tier vehicles. I'm gonna share something to you guys real quick. Look at Scotto drove his Audi home. Here's proof. There it is. Look at this. Scotto, I have video documentation right now of Scotto driving the Audi home. I know we wanted to end it with the bang, and that was just proof to you guys. Hard evidence. If you guys want to get some, spam something in chat. I need anything spammed in chat right now. Let me play that back for the record. Look at this. It's driving. Look at that. He's probably sitting in 4th gear, 180 miles. No, he's only doing like 22 miles an hour. But he is driving. We need. I had to get that proof out of the way, guys. I had to.
You know. If this was anyone else, if in any other situation, you show a video of them driving one of their vehicles, you're like, okay. But since it's Scotto, everyone's like, yeah!
I'm sure everybody in chat is ripping their shirt off right now.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what a stream, guys. Well, we all have you here, guys.
We should end this on a. I got something special to end.
I got 2 things before you end that, because I want to make sure people go over to Falcon once again. Guys, head over to Falcon's Instagram. Those dudes are seriously allowing us, and this is a perfect video to queue up when we're talking about Falcon again. They are allowing us to do this. They're supporting us to do this. There is so much that these guys do, especially with all our crazy projects. Dan shredded off a set of Falcons at the last Burnyard. One of the best sounding 2JZs ever. They also supported JTP and Hurt doing that. They do so much, like I said, for the automotive community, from the grassroots to the pro side. Warthout boys coming out and shredded at the Donut Garage, burning off some more RT 615Ks. You guys, make sure you head over to Falcon's Instagram. Please go show some love to those guys, because if you guys want this content, if you want Tangents Live showing up every single day, they're the ones kind of making the show roll for us. So make sure you guys show them love as much as they showed us, providing this content for you all. It's been a hell of a day, guys. I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to recover this. I might have to take 3 days off.
Look at the work of these boys, man.
Insane.
This is another day I missed, man. I'm super sad I missed this day.
Me run away right there was the most terrifying thing. I trust these guys fully, but I also do not trust them in any way, because they're both just crazy.
Yo, they are savages. When we went out to go and they were just doing their testing, like their shakedown runs, because they hadn't driven either of those cars in months, and they're just like fully sending it, just blasting trash cans, like, no big deal. Ah!
They're the easiest guys to scumbag. You don't even have to talk them into anything. They'll do it themselves. So,
dude, how about one last thing I want to talk about these guys? SEMA. That's all I'm going to say. SEMA.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yo, the SEMA shred was nuts.
Happened? What happened at SEMA?
Good spot.
Dude, them saying, we don't have any more events to do. Fenders blowing off, wheels getting destroyed, tires exploding, and everybody's it was like pure
Fucking tires.
Was that?
I was inside the car.
Was that last year or the year before?
That was
last year.
Yep.
Like when James parked it into Peter's door and just basically pushed him.
Dude,
yeah, I was in Peter's car, I think, and was I in Peter or James? Whatever. They're both so damn good. I didn't even know what was going on. We popped up, and stuff was flying all over the place. And I was like, "What? How are we going so fast in this box?"
It's they definitely set an example for a bunch of us drift nerds on how to throw down, because what they have is some pure talent. And actually, real quick, I also want to mention that, this whole quarantine thing really took away a lot of driving from us. But Hurt and we've been throwing down on some Assetto Corsa. If you guys want to get down, and you guys, especially everybody in chat, we throw down on some lobbies tonight. And maybe what we were talking about too, listen to this idea, guys. What about if we do our first virtual burnyard? We're literally
a virtual burnyard bash. We were talking about that last night. Such a sick idea.
That's pretty
one
cool.
of the people we were playing with, we're like, you guys should do a burnyard bash. So we're gonna basically there's the donut the burnyard has been built out in Assetto Corsa fully. Corey has the capability to host the server. So we can literally have a virtual burnyard bash where we invite other virtual gamers in to come and get some shreds.
Can we do an OG yard?
Oh, we can do man line.
You can do man line. We can do
all day.
So this is once again, the progression of this live stream and the capabilities, what we can do. Your guys' suggestion is huge. So make sure you guys, once again, mods, drop the Discord and chat, because you can, guys, leave any information, comments, thoughts, other things you would like to add on to the stream, because we're working on it. And once again, we're day 3 at this, boys. And I think there's still so much that we can develop to integrate a lot of this new stuff, as once again, learning the technology of the live stream and really integrating a lot of stuff that we have at our fingertips. It's going to take a little test and tune time, but we can keep this going. And on behalf of the Falcon Tires and the whole Hoonigan Stream team here, dudes, this is just the beginning of some really good things. So I appreciate you all for coming through and watching. Go show some love over the Hoonigans. Guys, I think on that note, wait. Whoa.
There it is.
This is it. This is the SEMA
That's
shred.
year 1, isn't it?
No, this is last year.
year.
The whole Falcon Wordhouse crew out there just showing us how to throw down.
These guys are nuts, man.
Yeah. Between them and Leah, it's like, how do I step in motorsports when people like this exist? How do I do that? I don't know.
It's kind of cool
guys,
that we
thank
have
you,
some
everybody.
of the raddest people in the different motorsports that are all like.
Dude,
All of our athletes are top of their game.
yeah, it's unreal. We're athletes in our own world. We're athletes at being computer warriors and internet.
Corey.
What?
You and I are fatletes.
Oh,
Yeah,
and
we're fatletes.
Dude, we hit some cross fat every morning. We're fatletes.
1, 2, 3.
Here's my 10 right here. 3, 7.
All right, guys. Thank you all for tuning in. We appreciate you. We'll be back tomorrow. More guests, more videos, more fun. Come hang out. Shout out to everybody, all the hosts. Shout out to all the producers. Shout out to all the moderators. Shout out to Corey, the boss Hosford, for
Please.
gracing us with his presence and getting us redialed in. Shout out to everybody. Thank you for tuning in.
We will see you mañana.
The
Later,
stream
guys.
team,
Out.
stream team is out.
Thank you, guys.